Yeah, I forgot to turn on stream. Whoops. Laberintos.
Every time, without fail.
Laberintos. Hello.
It's time to go.
I think that was called paranoia.
I can't supply you guys with all that equipment all the time. I can supply you with the
hello.
just you guys need
but
to
at
have
the
the
same time.
equipment.
Hi.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be for this one occasion.
So no, I don't have any steel on me because a lot of mine is respectively out of
There we
your
go.
guys'
Shit.
chart.
Goodbye.
Nice to see you as well.
Okay, fine.
I believe Aster and Zunasu is currently talking with
Then in that
a new
case, if you
individual. They
think
were
you
talking
have
about
the
how
talent,
they were surprised
give me
Aster was
just a moment.
awake.
I am in
I'm not sure where they
need
went, but they all
of-
that
I've
way. I
got one
believe.
listing for
alright.
Obsidian.
I'll take it. They're
Guess I'll say
probably.
hi.
I've got another for
Also,
Likelihood.
I like the new outfits.
I can take the Wyvern Obsidian. Should be on the region.
Alright. Understandable. I wasn't sure if it was a outfit of your choosing.
Just need you to get me that listed
The
map.
fur coat
Anything
is
extra,
too much.
I'll get you anything pretty.
Let's keep you warm in the
We're
winter.
trying to sell
There you
it. We're trying to sell it.
And I will probably get that to you
What?
probably the next day.
I think fur looks nice.
Bring your brush over real quick.
Yes, it looks
Okay.
great on you.
Thank you.
Come
What?
Here.
You're welcome.
Apparently you're my
I
boyfriend.
think it
Come
looks
on,
good
come
on you.
That wants you.
You know.
Hello.
Oh, hello there.
Exploits have been rather brief.
Rather brief, you humble yourself.
It's been less than a year.
I'll be needing more of that later. Thank you.
I'll keep it on
Oh.
standby for you.
Even
Even
by
by your
mean
standards, that's
in terms of
brief.
Hello.
time, sure, but you've done
Hello there.
quite a bit, I feel,
Hello.
in that brief less of a year.
Just don't go calling me a busybody. That's all I ask. Don't take the shame on the nose.
Busy here.
No.
The Luma specifically told me where you were, so I'm assuming there's something I'm needed of. Or else they assume that I just like hanging around you. I don't know which.
That's odd, but yes. I don't have anything that I need of you, and I
Ah.
don't request such a thing.
I have misunderstood then.
If you
Oh,
want to
good
have a
s-
seat, you're more than welcome to.
If I'm not intrusive. I heard there is a new visitor.
Yes!
A few, actually.
There is a new visitor.
Didn't exactly call it a town.
It's
it
a
was a
small
town.
camp. Can you blame them?
For what is most likely a torrential hurricane coming our way, I'm trying as best as I can to stay afloat.
Besides, I don't think I've already made a good impression of Lady
Don't
Luma.
worry, I'll make sure to have plenty of, of grain alcohol on standby for once they leave.
Do we know why she's wearing such a get-up? Is it? Was it?
I don't know. I was too afraid to
You know
ask.
what? Here.
I was
Fabian,
wondering
put on
about
your-
the
She's wearing
hair.
an
It's
eye
down
patch as
now.
well.
Everyone else can.
My assumption is that it's related to that business that was talked about the other day with their parents, but I see the other day. It was a few weeks ago at this
Yes.
point.
Dreaded parent visit. Apparently, it's quite.
But normally you'd expect someone to dress a bit more modest when their family shows up. It's sort of the opposite, isn't it? But so long as she's okay, that's.
Kind of explain why if you need. Actually, they're here.
Oh, alright.
Sure.
I was going to ask, but
Yes.
it felt a bit rude.
Clips. This is Melody. Gleaning, we've met from Charlian. Her and her brother
Hello.
have been assisting us here and there. Melody, this is Eclipse.
Good to meet you.
Friend, from some time ago. Haven't seen each other in quite some time.
I take it a fellow traveler based on your garb?
Yes. And also, fellow, healer of others, I suppose.
Hello.
Hmm.
Got me a drink.
Even though that's a
Select
little bit
one.
new, isn't it?
It
Used to be a
it's
dragon in the sky.
Yes, getting drunk.
Yes. 7 or 8
Helping
years
people
ago.
steal their nerves before the chaos comes.
If I was gonna drink, I would have to fucking load it full of poison.
I will miss
I don't-
you, jumping all those moms into the air.
But
I
anyone
miss-
ask for me, I'm
Hello,
gonna be behind here
Trevor.
the entire
being
time.
Hello, Tova.
classy.
Come here.
Avoid
Tova.
causing as much chaos as possible.
Pips.
Good to see you.
Tova Ra, I did not expect to see you here.
Oh, it's her.
So, you know who that is?
What's up?
I see, so you
As soon
are
as I see
already
people, you know.
acquainted. I don't know
Well,
this.
just like you just stumble into our lives and then.
I did not.
You say it
stumble
as if
into your
it's such a
lives.
bad thing.
Yeah, you were there quite a bit. Give me a chair. What?
Here, you can use my chair. I can
Whoa,
sit on
whoa.
the, or you can do that. That's actually probably
No,
better.
you stay there, Melody.
It feels a bit like I've joined in a gathering
So?
of old friends.
How's life?
More or less. Old friends and
Oh,
son of a friend.
I killed a behemoth.
More or less.
Oh, really?
he did kill a behemoth.
I'm probably going to
I'm quite proud of him.
doing some rounds and saying hi to people who I need to be
Tough.
summoned for
That's good for you.
however long this meeting is going to be.
Although,
How have you
Everyone's
been?
saying-
surprise. I didn't expect
Mm.
your father to have let you pick up the sword.
Oh, he didn't.
Mm.
I ran away and then I
Hello.
said,
Hello.
"Fuck you" from a distance.
I hate to be rude and ask, but was that your wife or a sibling that was here earlier?
There.
I heard a Miss
no, that's-
Bunchacha, and I must admit, I did not know you were
No,
married.
okay. I'm definitely not. But if you are, just to give a short explanation of what the heck's going on with the parents thing, because it seems like some people are confused. I will try to make it
Like
simple.
this.
Munchacha is just simply dressing nice. They're usually the one in the big coat, in it, the mask.
Oh, are they not wearing the mask?
Who is Bunchacha? I thought I'd recognize the voice.
Yes.
As far as like Luma's outfit, I remember somebody mentioned that a few minutes ago. Essentially, the family is coming, and we have to act
think
like we're
she could-
courting. Oh,
She
you
could
came back.
explain
Hello.
herself if she
Perfect.
wished.
They're here, by the way, letting you know. That's why I came to get
Oh.
you. TLDR.
Then I suppose I'll be on my best
yeah.
behavior.
Him and I are courting. Don't say otherwise. I've never been in any form of danger whatsoever. Don't say otherwise. Just try to stay out of it. If they do anything or if they're demeaning at all, just fucking take it. They're supplying way too much supplies to the camp.
Sounds
I worked with
good.
nobles
Good luck.
before.
Best of luck.
Alright.
So
Seems you've
basically
picked
just
an
nod
interesting
at
day to
least
drop by.
Nod and
favorite
smile when they
part of
ask
being
you
a
stuff.
friend.
Nod and smile.
I'll try not to ramble at them about various bits of theories in science,
I'm very panicked.
or destinations, or maps. Fuck, I'm going to be out of conversation topics, aren't I?
She would prefer that we all just didn't speak to them.
Fair enough.
I was really young and I didn't care as much, but did you go to Baja? Boja, whatever it is.
Yes. I just came back from there.
Well, welcome to this shithole. It's awful. It's cold. And there's chaos. I was standing on a wall.
I wouldn't
Waiting for
exactly
shit.
call it a shithole.
Eorzea is one of the nicer
But it is
places.
cold,
It's a
and I would
distant-
rather
Carthage is
be
cold,
any
though.
place else.
Korthus is cold most of the year. There's a brief period during the summer where it tends to warm up a bit.
It was way
And even
colder
then it's
than
still
Worse
pretty
than
cold.
trenches.
I've never been there.
Most
so
certainly better than trenches.
I
Yes.
highly doubt that.
No, it is.
When there is constant explosions, Magitech machinery causing devastation around you, and you're constantly having to work tirelessly to help the people like not die.
Hmm.
Then you can tell me if this place is
I
actually
understand.
not worse than trenches.
I think you and Aster are gonna get along. Oh. Do you
I
two
would
know
hope
each other?
We would.
Hmm?
Of course we do.
Everyone knows each other.
Yes.
If it's any consolation, I don't know who they
Not
are,
about, not everyone.
aside from the name now.
Quite fine. How have you been?
Moon?
Oh, simply missing more correspondences from my daughter.
Eclipsed moon.
They tell me you've had some
Eclipsed is such a weird name, though, so I just said Moon.
What
For my studies, of course.
I mean, it's.
Perfectly
Isn't it?
normal.
I've.
name? I could
It's
say the
just a
same for
word.
you, Tova.
It's called,
Do you say that to everyone, Gooden?
You says that about
There's the
every
one
other
that's name
race
is like.
other than a Makoto.
Of course. I'm
Do I
also
look like a
spending
Seawolf
time
to you,
on my
boy?
Studies as well while I'm
No?
here.
I'm so sorry.
Ah, that much
Good.
time. I would hope to hear more from you.
Spent too much time growing up in Limzo.
Mm.
I'll consider to send more letters in the future.
The guy down in the plaza named. I could never say his name.
There we go.
If I find
I see, I
out
don't even know who he's
time
referring
away
to.
from the
But I know he could be
I-
referring to any of
Be
them,
able to give them some.
He is
just some
right.
warm drink.
to some degree.
The names are a little
Get some tea
confusing.
real
yes.
quickly.
Well, it's in a different. It's in a different language, so that's why.
If you were to
It'd
relieve yourself
probably
of
be
some
easier if you spoke the
I
tongue.
just never learned to read it in
Yeah.
common tongue.
I do
It's
it
Never
my
assume
people's
you know how to pronounce it
Mm.
till you hear them say their names. It's actually a bit of a game, I've found. You know, you sort of have to goad them into saying what their name is. Like, oh, and who are you?
You make that
Uh,
name into a game.
Yes!
I just do that if I
A
forget
game
someone's
to
name.
get them to say their name so you don't have to try to figure out what it is based on the writing, or if you have some sort of
For everyone?
prior correspondence with them.
Oh, yes, 12 forbid you see a Seawolf name written down. I've no idea.
Thank you.
I wouldn't even know where to
That's the
begin.
point.
There's no vowels in there. It's just S's and T's and Z's and
Y's
Come,
and W's
surely you don't
and
expect me to
E's and
stand as I enjoy my
B's
drink and rest.
T's. I
There's
think you
no-
said T's there.
There's hardly any E's. Please don't give them that.
What do you mean there's hardly any E's?
There's like 1 out of 12.
Hard to figure out phonetically,
Not-
anyways.
I'm not going to argue, after all. I don't expect you to know the language.
I did try to learn once upon a time. I didn't
But given the
didn't
nature of
take.
camp,
Hmm.
well, I suppose such
Well,
luxury
it is a lost
standards
language.
will be
Mm.
forgiven for this time.
We could
Hello.
to one of my offices.
Hello, Victor.
I am
Hello.
Hope everything's been going well so far.
Slipping out of my accent.
Yeah, yes, quite.
Going moderately well.
Yes, just fine.
Bit better now. I don't have to do as much paperwork. I'm finally getting to get back to work.
Ah,
That is not
my lady Shah.
eat paperwork.
Ah,
Pleasure to see you.
such as the issues of living in Charlian.
Pleasure.
It's like 30% paperwork if you live and work there. Less if you live there, I guess. You're just sort of existing.
Indeed. So, dear, how have things
Sounds
been
like
here?
You've never been to Shalian?
Things have been.
I've been in Boja for the
a
last 2
little
years.
rambunctious, what with
I mean,
Does
it's-
it mean that you couldn't have gone beforehand?
life and,
I mean, it's kind
Truth be
of.
told, most people weren't welcomed in Charlian unless they had a good reason for it.
Mm.
a bit of a pattern.
Yes.
That's expired.
So I'm settled
I
here.
didn't exactly have a
Fair
reason to get a
enough.
permit.
Goodness gracious, I doubt I would have been welcomed there if it hadn't been for Miss Rise vouching for me and
It's good to hear that you're getting along quite well.
saying that I was there to assist with research and
How have your
whatnot.
others?
Otherwise, I'm just an adventurer to them.
Uh,
Not particularly
Well, yes,
useful
be
to an
fair,
academic.
I've only been there
Mhm.
Proceeding now.
first, what, about a month ago
The
now?
pace you would assume them to proceed at.
Mm-hmm.
Not too fast.
I go back and forth.
It's quite nice, though.
Roughly about once every
Not
2
quite
weeks.
as cold as Corvus, but not quite as warm as, say, Lenosha.
Hmm.
Anything's better than this temperature.
Wonderful.
Definitely.
Quite, yes.
Occasionally, though, in the afternoons and evenings, it gets cold enough. Even during
Thank you, Bella.
the
Thank you.
spring to occasionally snow.
Just enjoy it, please.
It is a courting gift from him.
Doesn't stick around for long, though.
It's rather
You've heard
difficult.
there's a number of frozen glacier islands
He does
somewhere off to the
implement
north.
into an outfit with
Yes.
other forms of textile, especially for this form of weather. But as
I
you
don't know, I much
his
prefer
family's
warmer
quite
climates
similar.
myself.
Him especially.
They are.
Of course.
You and me both.
I think my village is a little bit
So
warmer
when
than
can we
yours.
expect the two of you?
I did grow up in southern Thanalan.
Well,
It's
currently
pretty warm
we
down
are
there.
taking things slow.
I grew up next to a volcano.
Alright,
I'd
alright.
assume that you said the pace that we expected.
I thought you'd know.
Or where?
Well, it has been a bit, so
Him and I currently
forgive
have
this
very
old
busy
man
lives.
and his age.
So
I
we
mean less
are
because of me and more
feeling our
because
own pain.
the Hell's Guards.
True.
Well,
Although that wouldn't.
yes,
That didn't stop your brother.
but I didn't think all Hell's God were born there. You are spread around.
After we lost our son,
We primarily come from the spine. If there's an active volcano along the spine, that's where you normally find our villages.
Hmm.
Well, as
After
we
all,
know, for
Where's my maps?
it's kind of in the name.
task was to create a
We
safe
believe
trade
we're
route
guarding hell.
through the cultist region
Hmm.
to
Yes, that's quite true.
one
I have a map if you want to point out around where you're from. I'm curious. But if you don't, that's also understandable. Sorry, this is an excuse for me to talk about maps. Part of my work is as a cartographer, so I'm always interested in such things.
That would make sense as a gleaner.
Indeed.
Hmm.
But
No.
I don't.
Yes. Alright, where's my?
I know.
Paid.
Now that we have
I asked for more.
There you are.
I wouldn't blurt things out.
Okay, so
you're
if you see the,
Just need to watch your tongue,
Are doing
right?
quite well, it seems.
Respect.
you see about the
That's
middle
why I
part of
got
the spine,
paid. I'm learning how to
somewhere
make
between
money.
Corvus and Lenoska.
Mhm.
My village is
Right.
roughly around there.
do
Hmm.
not want any harm coming to you. You are
I assure you,
our only child.
I assure you,
It has
I've
been a bit since I've been to the
perfectly
village.
Remember
That place
time
to
You showed up at home
visit.
and you pinched my cheeks
I suppose I have enjoyed this.
like I was a cute little boy.
Because you are.
Hopefully now would be the time to show
Because you are, Tova.
Of course.
Oh, don't
you
belittle
ever-
him. Look at him. He's a strong man now.
Oh yes, so strong.
I have
so,
never
so
forgotten it.
strong and yes,
I'm glad.
big strong paladin you are.
Enough. You
Hear ye, hear ye. I am in need of assistance. Got a commission from someone who actually works around here. Since, I see an entire group right here. Would any of you be interested?
What's the commission?
Perhaps tell us what the work is.
Course. Want to go to the moon.
Oh.
beg your pardon?
We're just going there now.
She is the speed of
Well, you actually specifically need a pass to be able to use the equipment to go there, which this commission does come with.
That's what I'm pointing out.
I've never been.
A certain Loprit who happens to live around here is in need of 3 of each color of his carrots to be retrieved, as well as some information on 2 Loprits that were up there. Not any crazy information, just a status check.
Oh, I could map the moon. Or get maps of the moon.
Bro, if I had to hold my arms behind my back,
I could suffocate.
even further
I
than
could float away and
Bite your cheek.
space.
No guarantee.
Bite your cheek.
You may not.
And like a
You,
couple billion years after I float there.
So I figured there was some, like, when they say, like, you're there on the moon, I figure you're, like, stuck inside somewhere where it's, like, not going to kill you.
yes, just so you are informed, you will be upon a section of the moon where the Loprits live, as well as there is a nearby bit of gear where we'd ask people not to bother him, but someone who works upon the moon.
Also,
It is a safe environment. There's a couple of creatures there, just like there is everywhere else, but the place is still just like anywhere else. Wonderful view, though.
How are you sitting like that?
I've heard...
Oh, he's pulled up a chair.
Brought a bench and
Brought a chair over.
Oh,
I suppose I wouldn't be against it. How soon is he needing this commission handled?
I am the one-armed.
It's not a rush commission. Sooner, obviously, the better, but it's not one that's going to be stressing anyone on time.
See. And how exactly, does someone actually get there? You said equipment that is
Yes,
required.
so
Are we
all
taking the
instructions
teeny
are
tiny
actually
toy boat?
on...
Like a... Oh, wait, is this another one of
So-
those aetherites that makes you want to,
Not
you
aware
know...
of what happened here.
No. So, no worries. All the instructions are actually on the actual sheet, but I'll go ahead and go over it, just so you're at least aware. Basically, you guys will be traveling to Garlemald, where there is a nearby area that has since been relieved of a lot of the problems that have been undergone. There is a safe path to a machine that will actually teleport you to the necessary location, where there is an aetherite where you can then sync to without the worry of any kind of aether sickness.
Sorry.
Ironworks and a couple of the other groups are currently in control of it right now, so we kind of hold passes right now for people to actually be able to go through. Kind of like work visas.
Okay.
Once you're connected to the aetherite, travel there will be relatively easy, in fact. Though, be careful. Doing things like fishing and mining there and stuff can be a bit
So take your mind off of things.
odd. The minerals and materials are a bit different.
Ooh.
Fish on the moon.
Drunk, but who at least...
Maybe, yeah. Are there lakes on the moon? I've never seen that map of the moon. I'm excited to see it.
There's a couple of... It's not exactly water. Etheric gases have formed strong enough to be similar to skyfishing. But instead, it's just essentially aether. The fish kind of odd, unique variants will travel through it. Almost kind of like taking a path somewhere else.
Oh, that is interesting.
And a couple of odd mutations, but we're still trying to figure out what happened there.
Okay, well... how bad is Garlemald right now? Do you know? Any of you?
I've never actually been.
Not exactly...
It's one of the few places I've not been.
Conflicts with the world almost ending, it's recovering. The war effort there has pretty much been completely dismantled at this point. So now all the people who were still trying to fight for war are currently beaten into the dirt, and all the rest of them are currently trying to find some form of equality again. Or it's slowly. They still don't really trust us, but
To make sure nothing wrong goes
it's a work in progress. They won't attack you outright. Just don't antagonize them.
Just antagonize the ones here.
I'm just relaxing for now. Wait, why is there?
Don't. Not worth it. So, Commission, how are you guys feeling?
Sponsors of our whole guild are currently here. And
I suppose it is a unique opportunity.
I'm very interested. I've not been to Garlemald before. It's one of the few places I've not been. But dude, the fucking moon.
It is quite astounding.
It's only going to be 1,000 guild payout, but the work visas that come with this commission job are permanent. You will be allowed travel there back and forth.
I could get that stuff.
And to be fair, I need people who can start getting some more mining jobs for me done, anyways. So.
Anyone else going to jump at it?
I want to go to the moon.
I'm thinking.
the moon.
I want to travel, but the moon's scary.
Would you like to join?
My boots on the ground.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Well, then you better be at the table.
Melody, perhaps?
Yes.
Technically.
Would you all be willing to include Bella upon your party for this commission?
No problem working with them.
Moon time.
All right. So who am I signing upon this job?
No. To be honest,
Have the pen.
Outside of
Oh!
Charlian, I've only been to
Okay. Here, go ahead and sign it.
Well, I suppose then it'll be a trip for a
Uh,
good number of us.
Okay.
You, myself.
I do realize, the
The
path
move?
you'll take will
You're-
Eclipse, do
basically
you want to
have
go
for
to
a
your
scenic
namesake?
route through Maryland and Torum, but you'll be fine. They can handle it.
I'm sorry, the moon.
Yes.
Yes.
What have you been up to
I
in these last 9 months?
I suppose you haven't been acquainted with Scheming Way then.
Anyone else joining for this commission?
Well, I suppose you just got here, so I wouldn't blame you if you haven't.
You know what? Why not? Sure, it'll be a much nice change of scenery.
Just go ahead and sign your name on it.
Eclipsed moon.
I mean, you can punch holes in it.
Now,
The tank is going to be so healed. Healed to the brim.
and don't worry, this actually isn't a job that requires any kind of combat or fighting. Once again, you guys will be going down a very safe route. The only place where you might have to deal with a little bit of combat is heading over to the burrow where you guys will be heading to. There's some creatures out there,
No, haven't had a chance.
so keep on your guard. But if you guys just go ahead and follow the path pretty safely and... Oh!
Got it.
Loports are very unique. It will be an entire facility full of them. Yes, you will. It will be at the most extreme. So just understand that they are a unique bunch.
He is the Hrothgar who is speaking to them at the moment.
Yes.
I'll be very interested to see the home of our moonbound collaborator, so to say. It's very, very interesting.
Yes.
I've heard many a tale in Charlian from a few of them.
I can't introduce myself to a man. I mean, hey, at least a good chunk of you have gotten training with me.
So what I'm gonna need you guys to do for me, please, is before you guys go out, stop on by the tent to make sure that I can go ahead and get you guys your passes. Don't worry about it today. We're gonna have to finalize and reach out to the Ironworks to get everything else solidified. But in the next coming days, come on by. Let me give you your guys' passes, so that way you guys should be all good. Follow the path and the route. I'll be giving you guys all the equipment you need. It's a pretty simple job, actually. Like I said, you'll just be gathering 3 of each type of carrot. There's a couple of different colors, so keep your satchel bag nice and empty. Once you've gathered those, it's going to be, I believe, make sure I'm reading this right, Warring Way and Loving Way?
Yes.
Shouldn't you be bringing?
Yep. You're going to be doing a status check on them. You're basically just going to make sure that both of them are basically doing well, or if they're having any kind of troubles.
Slade, I'm gonna be
Simple
honest
stuff
with you.
like that.
I
And if they
I
are,
wouldn't be putting out the
guess
commission if I
what?
could actually go.
You guys will be the one dealing with it.
Neb, can I go to the moon still? Is that still on the table?
There you go. That's what I like to hear.
It's alright.
Yes, you
It's
can.
alright.
No,
You
it's
just trick out.
terrifying.
Go ahead and
It's a
sign
bad
it.
It's
idea.
fine enough.
Oh, it's a great idea. You'll love it.
Please. I only want to go back to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I step on you? I'm sorry.
Same here.
Almost.
How many people
Knocked
can
me
go
off
on
a
this
chair.
commission?
But I am.
There's not a slotted number. This is
specify a limit.
kind of whatever. No, this isn't actually like a mission contract where you're going out to a dungeon or anything. You're basically just going on a,
Or at least of
technically just a routine trip.
Well, I've never been, so I'm down to do some exploring on the moon.
Trip to the moon.
Is there a risk
There
of
you go.
floating off into space?
No, there is not a risk to floating
What
off
if I
to
jump
space
really high?
unless you just watch over him.
Don't make me come on this.
Follow the instructions on your sheet.
Like
Easy.
I said, he keeps them in line.
You should, it seems.
You look like you were.
All right.
Pardon up the car.
Considering what happened, you're emotional. I understand. But we had to
I
put our
work for a
foot
living.
down.
I can help you.
Just making my introductions. Hello. Atawai Ma Luluai of the Silver Moon Trading Company at your service. I hear you work with my daughter.
Yes, sir, I do. I am essentially her right hand when it comes to a lot of the work around here. I'm a veteran from over Baja, but I'm also an Ironworks employee as well. So I handle a good mix of the paperwork and a lot of the contract dealing.
Ah, quite a background for a working man, as you say.
I try my best.
Well, I'm simply going around, taking a break from my daughter's tour to meet some of her employees.
Understood. You'll find that a lot of the adventurers here are very well skilled. Even some of the newer ones are working together with a lot of the partners here to actually improve their skills over time. They genuinely are some of the best adventurers I've sat beside.
Yes, minus the ones that float off into space.
Tove was actually shockingly impressive with a lot of his skill. Before he even was actually a full paladin, he was even going up against creatures like behemoths. He's improved greatly and shows a lot of prowess.
I'm good for now. I'm just standing here.
Well, Heart of
I'm
Body
Tova.
is a skill in and of itself. A pleasure.
You're doing something. Put some
And a little stubborn, I
potato
think.
cream soup in front of you.
Well, as you've heard, I am Tatawai.
Tatawai? It's nice to meet you.
I
This
suppose
is
the rest of
Zay.
you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Zay Nasu. It is a pleasure to meet you, sir.
And what do you do around here?
I'm a paladin by trade, free one. I just help where I can, protecting those who can't protect themselves.
Well, paladins on either side of me. I do feel quite safe.
I would hope so, sir.
Well then. And the rest of you?
Not as well now in order.
Victor.
Victor Valkyrian.
Yes.
Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise, now that we've figured out how clockwise works.
You may call me Aster. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm a conjurer and a white mage, a healer of a sorts, by trade.
Ah, quite
You try to
useful.
make sure that any who are injured are seen to, and soothe their pain, so to speak.
Quite good. The structure of having your infirmary up so many stairs leads much to be desired, wouldn't you all agree?
It's a bit more makeshift. We have better facilities elsewhere.
Noted.
Goodness knows I can do a lot in the field. Most of the time, don't
For the
even
next
need
one.
the infirmary.
That's true.
My current given name is Scheming Way. I'm from Mare Leventorum. A pleasure to meet you.
Ah, hold on myself. Pleasure.
Hello, I am Melody. I'm actually a gleaner from Old Charlian, but I've recently been picking up work here since the staff here has been so accommodating and very friendly. It's actually very tempting for me to leave my old work, to be honest. I also work as a astrologian. better practiced and such.
Ah, quite skilled then. Yes, I'm glad that my daughter is making a place that's attracting so many skilled individuals. Bringing them together. And the last one.
I think they're having a bit of trouble.
Hope.
I see. They had to step away.
Yes.
Well. Pleasure meeting you. It's been quite a long trip, by foot, walking here. And it's glad to see that my daughter's doing well. I hope that she's been fairly safe, given all the happenings around here.
Oh, of course.
Very, yes.
Of course.
She's the
Yes, I
smartest
hold
of
you
all
all
of us.
to
I
that.
think she would help us in that situation.
I don't doubt it. Well, I won't take you away from your meeting for your commission any longer. A pleasure meeting all of you.
The same to you, sir.
Best of luck, sir.
It was nice meeting you too, ma'am.
Lovely seeing you again, Tova.
I don't believe I've made your acquaintance yet.
Possibly not. I'm still.
I am suffering very much. Please don't mention it.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Imperial Sidriel.
Oh, my nose blowing.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, just a minor headache.
Oh, that's fair. Missed your chance to introduce yourself to Liluma's father.
Known them for a little bit now.
But,
Been
you know,
helping adjust to this area.
That was
Yes,
more
I
terrifying
realize
than
I missed my
fighting that
chance.
behemoth.
Yes.
Yes.
My mind.
Yes. Anyways, the moon.
I'm going to go see how my daughter is doing.
Yes.
I hope you have a wonderful day.
My own well, what used to be my home. After all, at this point, I consider this place more my home than anywhere else.
I allowed parents to go around unescorted.
I feel like this place is somewhere Aster's gonna love because of all the new things she can find.
You really are quite good at your job.
I mean, who wouldn't be excited?
I would have to agree with you.
Alright. True, it is going to be a notable experience for anyone that hasn't been. For many a reason. Namely, you get to see a Ferris from, well, from the stars.
Oh, that's a good point. I could draw the planet. It's like a proper top-down map, and you don't have to do the way you normally make maps of like globes. You have to take a lot of measurements of coastlines and stuff, and it's a whole process. And in the end, it just tends to be a lot easier to just reference other map makers. And
Warp because it's on a big round thing.
that's the cool part.
No, just like I don't know.
I can figure out how that works from an aerial perspective.
Maybe you could take a globe with you and make sure it's accurate.
They know nothing about recent events.
If you're on the moon, and
Round
your
things are
feet
very hard to transport.
look up, would I
I mean, it's not like you're going to fall off the moon if your feet are still planted.
Oh my god. But the 12, that's a bloody good idea.
Drinks to calm everyone's nerves.
Thank you.
I'm more
Thank you very
excited than
much,
anything.
Bella.
I mean,
Thank you.
yeah, my nerves are quite fine. I think making me
I think the
nervous
excitement of
right
the
now
commission is
someone.
overpowering the nervousness of the visit.
Ooh.
Oh, my nerves are quite fine. I'm just not turning down a free drink.
I don't know.
What?
You said someone was making you nervous. Who would that be?
To be honest, the tensions between Garlemald and
I was just saying the general, well, excitement of the potential of the commission can probably overpower the nervousness of their visiting.
I think I might have caught wind of.
So I guess I should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since I am not,
Not whether I-
Fortunately, we were able to catch Zen before she got too excitable.
That trading company.
So you know that country that opened
True.
their borders recently, Pure? they've had trade relations for years.
I should have was the nub thing to them one time.
Don't, but good to know. So that probably means
Others?
really important.
Who?
Essentially, the entirety of the country was basically cut off, mostly because there was
they
no real
own
good
a
paths
company in
to and
Uldar.
from Tural and through the ocean. So unless you were attuned to
I've
the
probably
ocean
seen
there, it was kind of difficult to make the
One of the
journey.
wealthy merchants there, basically nobles themselves.
Fuck, I'm realizing Mock's going to be so fucking jealous.
Their system of governance is based entirely around who has the most money.
Well, yes. Making them nobles.
Explaining to this one here.
Oh, it's a very
Def-
beautiful country. I mean, that's where
Definitely a lot less bureaucracy. Well, I guess no, there'd be its own special bureaucracy that way.
Hopefully, I've been able to translate to here.
I guess.
Oh yes. Oh yes, it is. I can confirm this.
Sorry?
Melody, I believe, was referencing Charlian bureaucracy versus
Last
Uldan
I
bureaucracy.
heard,
I believe
someone
they're
accidentally left his pen
probably
open
about
and
the
it
same,
kinda
just in
ran
different
out,
categories.
and we tried looking for him, couldn't find him.
What do they call themselves now? Do they still call themselves the monetarists and the
Probably
oh,
for
what
the-
was the other one?
It's probably for the best though, considering
The Royalists?
those who are actively hunting chocobos,
Something like that, yes.
and we really don't want to give them a reason to come back
Didn't-
around here anytime
Unless
soon.
it's changed, which last time I checked it quite hasn't.
No, they're quite stuck in
um,
their ways still.
I was talking
Yes,
more about the
there are two,
Rangers of Light, 'cause if they saw a chocobo
well, I
in this
hate to
camp,
call
they
them
would kill it
competing, but
immediately. They did that to a
two
red
political
chocobo,
powers
single
within
strike. You know how
Uldar.
powerful those things are.
They don't quite get along.
No, they don't.
The syndicate who tries to then puppet the Sultan, or Sultana in this case. She is still in power, right?
Oh yes, quite. Lovely lady she is.
I saw her from a distance. Delivering coffee.
Yes. I remember you mentioned.
Fucking bullshit.
Oh, come off it, Tova.
Yeah, but not
No, I am so much more capable of things, and they're still sending me to deliver coffee and letters.
You would hate being a gleaner.
I know.
I mean, I'll have a talk with them, and we'll see if we can't upgrade your training. All right? How does that sound?
Yeah, that'd be a big
You
problem.
gotta have a balance with these things, man. Can't be running out fighting big monsters every single day.
Gotta earn people's trust as well.
does have a point.
They're not going to
Yes.
trust you with
delivering
big, dangerous work until they know that you're dependable.
And it's not just their trust you're trying to earn, it's the people's trust as well.
I'm aware of that.
Yeah, no, I get
And
you.
I'll force them to trust me. I swear to God I will.
I don't think you can force trust,
try.
but I do
That's
get
not how
your
that
meaning.
They speak sense, Tova.
You see how patient I am in Uldar, right? You know that's a joke. I'm not going to force...
I don't know if I
I'm
would
not
call it
going to
patience.
force-
but
That's
it's
fine.
definitely something.
It's calm tension.
Sure, they'll show up eventually.
While I wait for the day to be
Right,
over.
is that what you're calling it?
It's me boiling over inside, but not letting it show on the outside until I'm shaking, and then I have to go sit down.
Victor?
Oh, I see. Take your time.
Cards down real quick. I think my power's starting to flicker, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna just
Oh,
shut
dear.
my stuff down and
Select.
Oh, wait, no, you're back.
I thought I was gonna have to use my wake him up special.
No.
Let's assume things are fine for now.
Yeah. Cards.
Well,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, yeah.
Maybe to you, but maybe not to others.
This is at least this is a surprisingly rare opportunity now that I think about it, because hey, you get to see a Ferris from the stars, see a new ecosystem, probably fight in that ecosystem, that I realize.
If we can avoid it, we will.
Yes.
Would be nice.
On your journeys to Garlemald, make sure you watch the mech. They're still rampant.
Keep it in mind.
Yes.
Also, watch your step for lion mines. There's been a lot more of those as late.
It's still active? Ecosystem, that I realize.
On the moon, or do you mean somewhere else?
I think he speaks of Garlemald since we need to go through there.
Oh shit.
I was about to say. Last time I checked, we did not put landmines on the moon.
I was going to say
be
that.
careful.
I would be very surprised, scheming wing.
Take like a.
I'm sure they'll send us with a guide.
Fortunately, to my knowledge, there is no bombing way.
Heading towards something
So I'm thankful
that's
on that
important.
front.
Oh, good. That would be a great title, though.
Oh, I'm so excited.
If it's the same design that's used in Bozier, then I'm sure that they can be easily disarmed.
Yes.
That's
exactly.
Maybe.
Watch your step.
Suppose if anything, I guess it's a good thing you'll be joining us.
Here you go.
Yes,
Use this. Just hands like a kind of Magitech controller. This will detect any landmines going forward.
Thank you very much.
You'll need it.
You just keep that on you, huh?
Of course.
I assume it's a never know when you may need it type of thing.
I don't want to go to the moon.
Do you want it back?
Standard issued. Darling.
That probably been happening for a while, right?
I assume he wants it back.
Yes, you're in no rush. After all, you've seen the size of the carrots in the infirmary and in the stockroom.
I must say they're scrumptious.
They're big enough that I'm practically able to use it as a bludgeon.
I feel like I need to be caught up
Telling
on
my-
a lot of things.
Alright,
My
so you
dad
know.
always said horrible things about the Garlings.
Alright, so
I'll said scrumptious.
I'll tell the full tale from. So you know the end of days, yes?
Yes, I'm aware of that at least.
So
Hard to find someone that wasn't.
basically, world was ending. As it turns out, the Charlian
Unconscious.
the Charlian council was working with the operates on the moon in order to create an evacuation plan. So built a big ship.
Yeah.
Whole plan was made. It was really cool. And then they didn't go to the moon. They went somewhere else and killed the thing, causing the end of days. And then things are good now. So now the moon's just kind of cool
Definitely needs a shop.
and sitting there. Actually, I realize you probably can tell it way better than I can. I know like half the details. What
or
am I
at least
telling?
or at least my part of the story, at least.
You were
original
actually one of the moon dwellers.
Well, Charlian collaborating with us to see about the evacuation plan, or the Exodus, as we called it. See about evacuating as much mankind from the star as possible, and then find a way to, well, I think the correct term by sleeping way was slingshotting the moon away from the star's gravitational pull in hopes of finding a new star that wasn't ravaged by the final days for us to resettle on.
That's still not something that could happen, right? We're not gonna be on the moon and then.
That's not feasible.
Out in the
No. There were specific measures in place for that. Plus, it would require practically almost half of Eferis's, or at least a man of Eferis's ether to start the engine properly. Not like give up your life type, but you know, similar to summoning. But not as imperfect as what causes primals.
We could all be living on the moon, floating through space right now.
We could
And
be.
subsisting off of almost
I feel
nothing
it'd
but
be rather
carrots.
boring. But not a
Probably not
care
much
in the
up
world.
there.
That's great.
But plenty of carrots in the world.
Yes, I think I'd go
Okay, I
insane
tried.
if I only had to eat carrots.
I don't want to eat
That was brought up to us. Don't worry.
Pizzas.
You know, he asked me to try to cook one of those things into a meal. That
Did it work?
It's nigh impossible.
Ah.
So they're going to be roasted carrots.
Too chemically dense.
The problem is that they're already a complete food. To be honest, it's kind of hard to cook something that's already a complete meal into a meal.
Fair argument. The orange ones were
Pairing it with
basically
other
meant to be a
things,
full
perhaps.
meal by themselves.
But yes, we can go to the moon. It's pretty cool. I'm very excited. I never thought I never even thought that this would be a thing that I get to do in my life. This is very cool. Very excited.
Plus, I do know your destination from Garlemald and the burrows itself does have an aephorite that you can attune to. So you won't need to make the long trip more than once.
There's an aetheryte up
Just
there.
a halfway point.
You.
It would be nice.
We did from help from Charlian.
Oh, you can imagine the fucking fee on that thing, though.
I sold that as best as I.
Do you know how far the fucking moon is from Atheris?
I don't want to think about it, actually. That hurts my wallet. Just
Imagine about as
pondering
bad
that
as
idea.
Make sure the heavy stuff is here and
around
ready.
here,
Perfect.
all the way to Kugane.
The moon is on Atheris.
You could.
There is a reason why I took the boat back.
What?
Oh, I get
The
your
means
joke.
to get
No,
to the
no,
moon
it's not.
is on Atheris.
Significantly cheap.
Yeah, the moon is right here. Is what you say.
It's on Atheris.
Oh, I see.
That's bad.
Tova.
Yes,
I can't joke anymore. If
I will
those
allow that.
two,
I think approximately you could, from what we were able to figure out with the astrological experiments, that you could fit several planets between here and the moon. Big distance.
Exactly.
Sounds about right.
So,
Great distance, but there's nothing here in between.
good point.
Thankfully.
I guess it's up to them how they do the aetheryte feats, but still very. God, it's going to cost a lot out of my bank if I ever want to go up there and gather rare materials. Would I even know how to clean stuff in there?
Stop working for one of the grand companies. They hand out vouchers for things all the time.
Those marks are useful.
Oh yes, the quartermaster's there.
It's tempting, but I don't know how that will affect my status as a gleaner. It's a bit better now, but you know we still had that whole thing of like, oh, Charlene's very neutral. So it's like a bit like we don't know what the bureaucracy is about that now. There's no precedent. It's a whole thing. It's a bit worrying. Even this sort of pseudo adventuring stuff I have been doing, it's been like a bit concerning, to be honest. As exciting as the work is.
So happy for you, Tova.
I don't want to lose my job. I don't want to get Mock lose his job. He loves to work as a gleaner.
How is your brother, by the way? Haven't really kept up with you both this past week.
He's doing well. He drew the short end of the stick and had to stay home and make the report to our boss about stuff. and
I sympathize
try and convince, try and present our case for moving a bird over there. Still need to hear back from him on how that goes. So I imagine he's taking a well-needed rest. That's why I'm over here getting more material for our boss.
Of course.
You're gonna make him very jealous.
Yes. Paperwork and talking with our bosses and all of that is a bit... It's a headache. Necessarily, of course. We can't just be bringing in whatever we want into Labyrinthos. You need to make a case for it. You need to explain why if it's not requested, explain why it's needed. Convince someone that it's needed. Get them to request it.
No.
Today? No, not since we arrived.
I haven't been in town for like a couple of weeks.
He might blow the
You need him for something?
I'm concerned the interaction between him and them.
He might be doing it right now.
Ooh.
If anyone's going to save the day, it's
He is the warrior of light.
The father?
Sorry?
I was about to say between who and Neb?
Theoretically?
Not Neb.
I haven't seen him today, so I don't know.
Lady Liluma's parents. You know.
Oh, I see. Well, hopefully we're able to catch up to him when he arrives faster than he'll find them.
Maybe.
The warrior of light being here must be like, wow, Liluma, you're doing such a good job. Until he opens his mouth, then it might be an issue. But
yeah, that's
mean,
a problem, actually. Oh my goodness.
He's literally the savior of our world. So I think there's a certain amount of nonsense talking he can get away with.
He manages to put his foot pretty far into his mouth.
he's a very likable and relatable guy to not syndicate or royalty or rich people or civilized people. Yes. Yes. To me.
Are you syndicate or royalty?
No, he doesn't piss me off. He pisses off those people. That's what I was.
Exactly, and that's.
Oh, that is a problem, actually.
That's what the parents are.
That's what I'm saying. He probably shouldn't be over there, but I'm not going to judge him.
But
He's the warrior of light.
I mean, for Heidelin's sake, if it wasn't for Cinder stepping in, he probably would have tried strangling me.
Right, and this is the man we call the Warrior of Light?
That's what I said moments before that happened.
Mox still isn't convinced.
So what do you want about his
For reference, Mock is my brother.
He's an incredibly
really for his
strong individual.
It's his actions that concern me.
He gave me like 100k gil to go to the gold saucer. Then when I showed back up and I didn't have the gil because I had gambled it, he choked me.
I don't know what he expected.
And this is the savior of our star.
Gil.
Yeah.
That's what I said to Phelan.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
That is quite a lot of
What
money.
you want? I've yet to be convinced.
And
I envy you.
He gave me 300k gil to try and triple it. And I'm still trying to make that money back.
I do not envy you, my friend. That's a lot of money. I do not envy you.
I think he forgot. It's okay.
He can forget about that much money.
Yes, let us hope he did forget.
Sadly.
Gold saucer was cool, man.
400k.
Yes.
You lost 400k at the gold saucer.
Almost $500,000.
It was really easy if you just try.
That's honestly impressive.
Of course you can throw away almost 500,000 gil if you just try. There are plenty of lakes.
I also bought armor.
There are many lakes and rivers. Why do you think?
At least you stepped on something productive.
Is that why that one Lopera tried gold panning?
What?
There was a Lopera that attempted to try gold panning in the ether.
In the ether?
The ether flow on the moon.
I mean,
Neb already told you. I don't know. I'm assuming he picked it up from somebody.
By the way, it took a whole week.
Why would he think it would work there?
It wasn't a day. It was a
I can only hazard a guess.
I didn't lose the entire time. I won some. Then I lost.
Ah, see, that's what probably
I
you
see.
kept
Yeah.
doing.
Let's.
Such is the barbed hooks of gambling. Yeah. It looks you in the reels you in when you're winning. This is why I'm not allowed to go to the gold saucer. Mark refuses to let
The
me.
phrase "quit while you're ahead" comes to mind.
Probably a good idea.
But yes, I know the ecosystem of Mare Lamentorum. Well, it's not friendly to Lopera. It's odds are good it may not be too friendly to you.
Naturally.
So, like, if I recall correctly, there was gelatin similar to slimes, grenades similar to your bombs, and thinkers, which I'm not sure are similar to much.
What that?
Naming why you called them that, I'm not gonna question her judgment. But we're in no rush.
Nope.
You okay, Aster?
Besides, you're not using the excuse of my commission to flee to the moon to escape Liluma's parents.
Why would I need to flee them? They're not that bad.
Exactly.
Be a gremlin.
Oh.
I'll hit you in the head, you know.
Zen.
Get you back on my blood side.
Black.
I guess I should take a look around.
Can I trouble you for a hot coffee, Black?
Okay.
Would you like that spiked with something strong?
Oh, I'll spike it myself. Hey, everybody!
Hi, Vader.
No, down.
I have a mighty request.
That's Boom Cha Cha.
What's up?
Oh, what?
One black coffee.
Yeah, the one with the big bag.
You wouldn't happen to have any
That is our
poison in your
healer.
bag, would you?
Is going on there?
Always.
What the
Is
fuck?
fighting people.
Might I
I
get
was
something?
completely
I know
lost.
Lulu
I thought
likes to
that
spike
was
her stuff with that.
his wife.
That's what I'm going to do.
I was going
No.
to do that.
It's nice to
I
meet you
just had
too.
to check
It's the
the
one
steps
with
on
the.
other side.
It's the one with the long red hair.
Oh yeah, you're talking about that.
I'm so dumb.
Thank you, everyone, for helping out. Really.
I can get there
It's
just
helped a
fine.
lot.
It's different.
Charles, whoever you are.
I've been owed a dessert, and I will receive it
Claim to
soon.
understand how
You will get your. What the fuck do you want?
travel works.
What can you
Beyond
make?
me.
I'm not sure you can reasonably
damn
do
near
after I travel to a reflection.
Pumpkin
Don't know
pie.
neither.
Maybe?
Extra whipped cream.
I mean,
It's easy to do.
I would.
I was meaning to write.
I'll ask Sarai. Sarai would know
I'll
more
have you
about it
know
than me.
that. I
There's a lot I
got
would need to
dizzy.
figure out about the reflections in that regard.
Yeah,
I got
I can use my.
Alright,
I
I'm just
got
gonna line these on the table. Everybody can
with-
come and grab one at their own restraint.
I don't know about the others. That's
You
I
know,
am taking a few of these.
things.
There's heavy drinks on the counter if you want
I
one.
set up a commission.
Something
Oh,
wrong.
I'm
thank
very
the-
sorry.
Thank the 12. Finally, some drinks.
Yeah.
Apology accepted.
Presumably lower in alcohol content though, due to today.
Something wrong, you two.
No, nothing.
Oh, he's just apologizing for not sending me a missive about you. Look, I would have been.
I
would have liked to
was
have known that
going
one of my friends was
to.
back awake.
I was going.
To be fair, he's been
What do you think I felt when I came here and she was just standing there like nothing had ever happened?
You know, they're still probably in Corpus.
You know, I left a note by your bedside that said, send a letter to me when you wake up. And the fucking nurses threw it out.
Hey guys, look, get out of the way of the door.
Not in the way.
I don't want to.
As she actively gets in the way of the door.
You were fine. It was everyone else in front of you. You're fine.
Yeah, it's still young man.
Anyways, it is good to see you again.
2 people banished from their home, making sure people could pass through it safely.
That sounded like my wife for a minute. Master, what have you been?
Well, just
I
remember
hope
the factor of what me and
Barter has
Slade are
been
trying to
treating
do.
you as well as it can.
Spill my drink, man.
I'm
Sick
alive.
of my commission, right?
And with all limbs attached? At least I assume so.
Barely.
Huh? Well,
I think
if they are, it's a win.
You're fine.
That might be that vampire guy.
Yes, I will take that win. Silver
I'll
lining.
cover the top of the drink to make sure it doesn't spill when I try it
I
down.
get a silhouette from here.
Oh, and he's gone.
Master, I know you won't say it, but I will.
Well, I know you've been to the observatory before, but you haven't been recently, have you?
I was
I spilled my damn drink because the damn dragoon decided to jump at me when they're supposed to jump in the air.
There's an entire line of them right there.
I'm just going to.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, thank you.
As am I. Anyways.
Damn dragoon.
Careful, she might steal it again.
No, she jumped on me, which then caused me to drop my drink, by the way.
Is that alcohol?
Former dragoon standing right here.
Yeah, it's melon juice.
Oh.
Are you drinking alcohol again?
Leave me alone. Look, sometimes in
Can I
life...
help you?
Let
Hello.
him have his drink, otherwise you won't get your pie.
Who? I don't recall this one.
That was an act.
Apparently
And they mysteriously
guys.
stare at us
I'm
from
on it.
above and then leave.
No, I'm
Who
on.
the
Don't worry,
fuck?
guys, I'm on it.
Who the fuck?
Oh my god, we need tact and...
No, Zen's
You've been
already
beaten to the
gone.
punch.
We don't need any...
Alright,
Thank
We don't
Gods.
Zay.
I mean, hey, your job is sample collecting, correct?
Second? Sorry.
Vampires?
Miss what you said.
One of your facets of your job is, of your employment is sample collection, right?
Yes. Collect samples and
You'll have
research.
plenty of opportunity when up on Mare.
I can very much.
I've actually nothing to collect at the moment. They tell me to collect things and then I collect them, but once they learn that I can, they will be very interested in giving me work up there. Which means plenty of times to visit. And a lot more work. Maybe I won't tell them. They'll figure it out.
Do you think, yeah, I was about to say, do you think it would be wise to tell them that you're able to travel to the moon, more directly?
On the one hand, I get to visit the moon more because they give me money in order to get up there. On the other hand, work. So, you know, it's sort of thing. Got to figure it out, but, you know, I got to...
I mean, hey, new variety.
Plenty of interesting minerals up there, probably.
I wouldn't know. As far as I know, I remember from a geological survey, we found something called bismuth. I forget what else we may have found. I think there was probably one researcher that came up and labeled something by the name of lunar adamantite.
I'd be excited to look into it. Not the most expert in the minerals, but I know how to collect them.
No, I'm not mining way. After all, we had to gather the materials to create the burrows and all the needs for the exodus somehow. Idler didn't exactly just give us the burrows and tell us to work with it. Mysterious person secured, it seems like.
Yeah, the dude is gone, but now we have our friend over there.
Ah, you're back
Who's
in regular
overwhelmed now?
attire, Boonchacha.
Oh, hi, Bunchacha.
Hmm?
You missed an awkward what?
I was the one in
Yeah,
the
the
blue
one-
dress.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah, there's
No one told me. Apologies. You were talking so different. I didn't
No,
even
you're
recognize
fine.
you.
I hate it.
Okay, I'll
Fair enough.
omit this from my memory.
You run into a few of them, right?
Oh.
I've had my fair share. I had my
Oh,
fair
that was
share
awkward. I could have said hi properly.
So yeah, they are
Yeah, I
just
know.
as you could probably imagine.
Man, I go for drinks surprisingly
Just fine,
quick.
and
They've decided to fuck off for the time being, thankfully.
Well, thankfully at least. I mean, I don't know why Knowles would ever even show up here.
Hi, Phelan.
Like that's. Hey, Scheming Way, how's it going? Hey.
I'm going good. I managed to set up a commission
Just happened to be the. Bro, you good?
for people to visit Mayor.
I went down the wrong pipe. By the 12, I almost died right there.
Oh shit! I thought it was almost because you were smoking something bad. Like, damn, bro. Damn.
Bad or good, depends on your definition.
I guess by some people's standard. Whoa.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
Wait. Is it bacon usually smoked?
It might calm you down.
What now? What?
Have
yeah,
you
did
ever
you wanna-
tried it? It might calm you down a bit. You know, that way you're not
What?
so yelling at everybody.
Look, don't you throw the cig of weed in my face. I've heard of that shit on the other side.
What?
I mean, you could use it from
It's
time
a
to time
suggestion.
because you get angry all the time. Please don't shoot me
Wait,
again.
don't they? Wait.
Do people
I'm
smoke
just saying
weeds?
Everyone in this world has something similar.
I'm just saying
Oh,
because
yeah,
you could
right.
use it sometimes. You just
I
could use it
would-
Oh yeah,
sometimes.
right. Hey,
I have questions.
So,
do you want to spark?
sure, if you're down.
Yeah, I am
Go on the
down.
other side and get it then.
Fuck yeah.
Sure. All right.
If I could, I would, but I can't.
Fair. I choose not
Did
to
Luna
because I don't
go,
want
come to think about it. Where did Luma
I-
go, actually?
They sort of walked that way, out of the
Parents
gates.
showed up.
They walked out the gates, so I assume they're
Yeah,
going
I-
out into the forest to go scream because they were very much not happy about it.
That's understandable.
Oh, they're back.
To be perfectly honest.
Were you the one perching on the rooftop?
No. I was
Okay.
walking from down there. That was not. Why is everybody saying that was me?
Oh, you had unfortunate timing. You walked in the direction the guy ran off in. It was just like a
didn't
weird.
see anyone.
Probably ran off into the woods or the mountain or something. But there was just some weird guy in a coat up there. I didn't get a good look at him. He was just sort of like.
No.
And then he buggered off down the way.
Once
So,
everybody
yeah.
started looking at him.
Huh,
Very strange.
Very
It kind
weird.
of reminded me of our aura. Of our little aura samurai.
I don't know what the fuck. Never mind. I was.
Or is
I
it
was gonna
aura?
It's his aura.
You know what- you know what I mean.
I literally just got back from walking down
Aura.
that path. So this is the first time I'm hearing it, and this is a weird first be like, hey. I was expecting to say, oh, hello, and then all this stuff, but then no, people started coming at me and then started mentioning the whole weird, creepy vampire dude. Like that is
was
a
a
weird way to
vampire?
start a conversation.
Is it
Well, yeah, he once walked up to me, asked for me to suck my blood.
Well, he's
Very
polite enough
strange.
to ask.
Yeah, but I turned him down.
Mm.
You freaking
Hey,
smelled
can I
funny though.
suck your blood? No. Aw.
Were you in a dog at the time? That sounds like a almost like a prostitute a little bit.
Huh?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'm
Wait, what?
I may be slightly tipsy. I drank a few ales, and also I got a really good job earlier, so I'm very wordsy right now.
Fair enough. I get too tipsy.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yep.
not wasting resources.
Pretty sure there is probably a similar amount of ether in most beings. It's just that you're kind of.
Is it just me, or did Laluma turn into baby size?
Yeah.
Wonderful, thank you.
She looks about the same height as she normally is.
Oh,
Hey, Bubba.
hello. How are you?
Doing alright. Just been walking around and just had to take
Also,
care of some
apparently
things.
Ryder's doing a spar. They're sparring out there, and was gonna let
Yeah.
you know if anyone wanted to watch.
I might watch later.
I will allow one snark.
Let me know if they pull anything.
So, how did courting
One
go?
snock. Fine. Very.
Mining and fishing are
Okay.
my big two.
Today.
So you help me out, I help you guys out.
Went very well.
I'm sorry to interrupt,
Hello.
but if anyone is interested, Victor and Ryder are going to have a sparring match outside of town. So if you want to go watch, it's over that way. Oh, hi, Vampire Boy.
If anyone is looking to
Tosses
improve
a
your
roll of
skills,
gauze up at you.
please spar with each other, exercise. If I need to grab some of you and forcefully do it, I will. I'm
Waste
old.
of resources, huh?
We'll be on hand.
Bandages.
Have a
Welcome,
few
by the way.
healers here, I'm sure.
I don't believe I've met you yet.
Isn't a fucking potion. A potion will save
No,
them
I am
safe. This
Eclipse Moon.
is less likely.
Eclipsed
I feel
moon.
that they're slightly damp.
Understood.
I was about to do that.
Your name is on theme.
Bandages!
Name's Nabothkar. I'm one of the guild heads. I am also a member of the Ironworks company, so I will be taking care of a lot of the commission work. So if you want any side work done, as well as a lot of the other stuff, you can come to me. Whenever it comes to main jobs in terms of the guild for a lot of the quest and whatnot, you'll also go to that one right there, the one with the white hair. Her name is Lady Luluma. She is also a guild head. She's actually the one above me, technically.
Never!
She already
guess I'm
informed
going
me
without.
after I accidentally intruded.
Luna, please. I have one.
Tosses dry bandages
More than
up.
enough to
It's
save.
okay. You walked in. You walked in on a bit of a tense day, but normally it's actually very, very relaxed here, outside of some occurrences. Have you been informed about current ongoings in the general area?
Relax.
I'm gonna see how they're doing. Hopefully they're
Just
not
giving
killing
the
each
basic
other.
rundown on the whole moon situation.
You know what?
I've heard about that.
Moon?
Not much about that.
Oh, moon job.
Yes, I'm
So,
sorry. I have been
letting
in
you know,
Boja for the last 2 years.
There is massive bruises. Like
I'm actually a Baja vet. Huh.
Yes.
You as well?
I was
I've been
staying
dealing
in the
with this for
back lines,
years. You'd think I'd know better.
making sure that people stay alive.
First lieutenant on the front lines.
No, I should have spiked her coffee, but if I did that, she'd never
Thank you
take
for
it
your
from me
service.
again.
Sorry, been a while since I've.
No, believe me, I checked before I drank
Most
it.
of us are either still out there or dead in the
I
ground,
know
so
you
that's.
do.
Oh, sorry. That's
No,
good
I-
to hear,
No, for
actually.
terrible reasons.
I would still be out there, but they kind of told me I had to go
that
on
going
leave
to be
for a
enough?
bit, seeing as I was overworking
You'll want to go
myself.
get your pass.
I gotcha. Well, let me go and give you some updates then.
Let's
So,
finish
big things that
talking.
have been going on around the general area. There is a group that is currently about called the Rangers of Light. Really fantastical looking armor
No,
with some
I don't
glowing
think
lights
it's
vapor.
not cutting each
Very,
other
very
with
strong
ribbons.
crowd.
Right.
Very strong crowd.
Two Dark
They are
Knights.
currently in the job of replacing adventurers.
They could get ugly.
But they're a little bit kooky in the head.
Yes,
a
especially
little
given
bit
neither
crazy,
of them seems to know how to
and
pass.
very murderous against any and all
Oh,
jobbers. Reason for this.
Are they not having like
We have
a
been dealing with some ongoing
simple training spar and they're like just going flat at each other?
glowing red light coming out of it.
Knowing Ryder,
not looking
probably
this.
not.
Either that or traveling
Definitely
away.
also knowing
Victor,
Victor,
with
probably
a
not.
possible new problem.
Get some more practice in.
Actually, no, technically all of
Get
us
your
are
passes and
Besides the
whatnot.
point.
You want the
Yeah.
first person
There.
to say that.
Yes.
Everyone's
Figure out
facing.
where they've
There's been many
gone
They-
for this.
My first instinct is that, like,
I don't really want to interrupt them though,
We
since
are
trading ways.
I think that looks like a friendship in the making.
The main thing that we are running into right now is extremely easy to be tempered.
Though I think he was saying something about
Even
As
easier
he's
to be
giving
tempered.
her the sort of
Literally be
rundown of
knocked
things,
out
probably
or
best
straight
to
the
not
head
interrupt that.
mostly get most people out of it.
Yes.
So it's a very unique version of it.
Just because of the
I
stones.
believe it's related to the
Something else.
chocobos. They've had a couple of them traveling with them, and we believe there
How have
might
you
even
been
be an
over the
entire
past weeks, by the way?
of
I've
chocobos.
not asked.
So be careful around them.
Fair enough.
A lot of the time you're looking for oddly colored
Spending a bit of
chocobos as
time
well
with
as
Mr.
people
I.
that have red
Given
pupils
everything that's
or
happened
glowing
lately,
red. Bits and
kind
pieces.
of just needs a friend around.
Uh,
Aside from that, just
Very unfortunate for you.
research, study, and a bit of
I
practice.
wasn't sure if I was
Hmm.
meant
Good
to
times then.
Trying to learn a few new spells.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Oh, hello.
We're good.
It
We're
is
good.
called the
I got you.
And the pendants they wear are of red and a chocobo, so
That's okay.
yeah, don't worry. I'm working through my own PTSD.
It's not like I exactly blend in with the skyline.
The conversation I had one-on-one with her, how she expects children.
Best thing that I can go ahead and
think I
suggest
could
to
only
you
blend
is
in with the
when these
building.
situations do occur, if you start realizing that any of this is too much for you, Lady Luma's got me going to a therapist over in Old Charlotte.
Given how much I have a habit of talking, I don't think I can measure this a sneaking way.
Start facing it. So, if you are having some trouble coming back into the world, as well as
Well, okay, I say that. I was able to keep stone during the parental visit.
we can get you help.
Yes. Thankfully, I'm well acquainted with dealing with
Take your time. It's not forced. I'm just letting you know the door is there if you ever feel like you're having
You
trouble.
just speak as little as you can. Be as polite as you can.
I'm sorry.
Smile and wave.
Yeah.
To process in one day.
It is.
Unfortunately, it seems that the parents seem to leave before Ryder came in.
Portal.
That is very
Primal. I can get you one.
We're
next
front
time.
loading it so you can go take a good nap. Remember the important portions,
My family has plenty.
and then come back. We'll push it again.
I
Go
know
take
you
a
don't
nap.
want- I'm saying
Push
if you have
it one more time. Then you got it.
I already have to provide. I'm already providing. her
Right,
mother
if
with
she
a
has any
room
questions, I can try to catch her up on it. Been here for most of it.
Some fabrics.
Any rest you need anything?
I came to get pass for the moon. Or at least some...
Aster actually has the envelope. It has all the passes in there.
Alright, good enough. Thank you.
The entire time.
Apparently you have all the passes.
A lady does not
It's in the
slouch.
envelope.
Oh, did that have all of them?
You
Oh,
must
alright.
always keep
Very well
proper
then.
posture.
I'll hold on
Way
tight
it's
to
just
them
all
then.
together for you. Way easier that way.
Please take care of that.
Thank you. Things much easier.
Novels is never fun.
I am a man of simplicity.
Practice time.
Try
I'm a
and
man
go
of
find
complexity.
Sir Ryder and Victor. Yes, practice
Yeah.
time.
I was about to say, mind you, I wouldn't have set up the commission if I could actually travel to the boroughs myself.
We are aware.
I understand.
I was the one who was helping him get the training that he needs.
Imagine it must be rather
obviously he's
difficult.
been
I swear,
improving
the
the way he
entire
has.
time I wanted to snap both of
Yeah.
Genuinely.
They gestured off in this direction.
Yeah,
Number one,
either
see if we
that
can't
way or
find
that.
it.
Oh, we can ask. We can ask him.
Him and a party would have took down a behemoth.
Hi, you wouldn't happen to know where Sir Ryder? I saw someone gesture and say they were off.
They're
Sparring.
They're sparring right now. They're sparring on the other side of that hill over there.
Perfect.
All right then, come on. Practicing.
Going back to his old ways and just.
What?
He's got a really principled.
Should we be more concerned about that?
Go ahead, I'll deal with this.
I don't have an opinion.
I'm
I'm sure he does.
Who the hell is that? Forest-looking, deer-looking ass bitch.
Yes. So, update on that. Sorry, I can only inform you guys whenever I actually see you. So.
I wasn't exactly expecting to see her.
Go for it, Anna.
Come on over.
Come get the story.
Got it.
He's got it for you.
You know what? To cause less problems today, I'm gonna head out.
Take care of each other.
Yeah, no problem. There's some pretty strong stuff in the tavern,
Sounds like
so
a
if you
quick
really
stop.
crave a drink, it's there.
Perfect. Let me know if you need anything from me.
That's why we're gonna trust as far as
Sure thing.
So I
actually do have a question for you.
for time
Yes, sir. How can I assist you?
I've only heard my mom say don't do
Being as I'm from the other side of the portal,
I
and
need to.
I hated every moment of that. I'll have you know.
I can imagine. I didn't even recognize you.
It was horrid.
Well,
Yeah, I didn't.
same way a lot of people here do.
I really didn't want it. Who is that anyway?
You know what? Here.
These living quests, but I just call them commissions.
Someone who I thought was bad, but apparently is not bad anymore, so I guess it's fine. Collaborator? Apparently, I forgot their name. Our machinist friend knows better. The sale.
Only time it really starts to get a bit
anyways.
dangerous when you start messing with
Supposedly
some
she's
little
not
things that are a bit more
active threat, but keep an eye on her sort of threat.
Alright.
Don't trust her sort of threat.
There you go.
That'd probably be your best bet. In terms of getting like a bit of start.
Apparently Ryder's sparring with Victor, so we're going over to observe.
You know, I could use distraction.
Come along.
Where you guys going?
Go watch
Somewhere over there. Come on.
I was about to say,
watching sparring.
She's still looking for you, right?
I know, she
What?
just handed me cat.
It's alright. Did you say something?
Oh,
And they're already done.
Ah, we missed it.
He just said like Zen gave him catnip because even though he said don't give.
Dang it.
It's okay.
You
It
guys
went
need
just about
healing?
as much as you would have expected.
Any bumps or bruises?
A little bit, but he gave me a potion for it. I'll be fine.
Ah, okay.
You know.
Thank you for
Told I
sparring
think if we had
safely.
gone full strength, I probably would have died.
I wouldn't do that, Victor.
Thank you for not murdering each other. You would make me very sad.
I know.
Well, look, as who I am, it's never my thing to hurt my friends.
You're actually responsible.
But
Also, if we did actually do that, Lulu, after the day she had, would probably kick your ass.
I don't want to incur her wrath.
You're not pulling my ears, are you?
Again.
No. Ryder even gave him a health potion just to make sure he was okay.
Oh yeah, I knew what I was getting myself into. It's just, I need the practice, the experience.
Listen, today's been a horrible, horrible day.
Huh? Who what?
Don't worry about it.
Astra, what happened?
Who's on first?
Did something happen?
People are capable of growth.
I know.
Are you alright?
Yes, I'm perfectly fine. It's you I'm
did you
concerned
ask?
about.
What are you
It's like a
concerned about?
Bump on the head.
Oh, there is a bit of a bump there.
Oh. That explains a lot. Alright, well. He's fine.
Actually get a
Nice
shot
to meet
in?
you.
I didn't even
What?
notice.
What just happened?
I thought it was a fluke. Huh.
Scarlet? Got it.
Practice later then.
Okay,
Sorry
how
if
about
that
I
was a
spark you?
question. I honestly wasn't sure if you were saying
spark this
Scarlet or
later.
Scarlet.
I'm so excited for the moon. It's been a long time since I've been somewhere new.
What to let Miss Sarai know we'll be headed there?
I could probably.
Who knows?
fill
Maybe
you
she'll want to
what happened on my
join
end.
us. I know she certainly gains some amount of enjoyment from seeing my first-hand wonder, like seeing a place all over again.
Wait, she's been to the moon?
Sorry?
Has she been into the moon?
Yes.
Oh.
Anywhere where Ryder's been, she's probably been, as far as I'm aware.
I didn't know she travels with him.
Yes, Hero's Party. Obviously, Sir Ryder is the one that most people know, but Sir Ryder, Sarai, Atlas, and I believe one other. I'm not sure. Slips my mind. Regardless, they travelled together.
I didn't know this. I know a few tales of Warrior of Light. You hear them as you travel around, but not much in detail. Never was
Warrior, more like warriors, if you ask me. But yes, obviously Sir Ryder managed to leave quite the impression, and having met him, I see why now.
Fishermen to teach you how to do sky fishing and etheric fishing, because both of those are going to be very important later on. Both actually come into play when it comes to fishing on the moon. So we need to get you trained up on those. So, we're going to get started there. And then we can
go check on him.
You want me to hang back or come along?
No.
It was frozen. Why? Because
Everything all right?
It looks really warm. Yes? Why were you searching through the cabin? I'm just curious.
Okay.
Are you trying to kill me?
Guess we're fine.
What? Just paladins talking paladin talk.
Frontliner Club, and meanwhile we're over here as Healer Club.
Yes.
And me is a fledgling. I'm not exactly a healer beyond giving people green carrots and hoping for the best.
No, but there's quite a lot that can be done even without magic. Goodness knows, long before I discovered my knack for conjuring, I did quite a lot of learning about how people's bodies work and how to help them heal and recover from injury. How to save lives without magic. Very, very useful skill.
It was part of my training as a gleaner as well. Need to make sure how to patch your wounds. Some basic knowledge of course, not like a full person who works with plants, but some knowledge of what plants work good for medicine, like in a pinch. Maybe you can find like in a lot of areas, stuff like that. How to set a splint, how to stitch up a wound, what to do if you're get something stuck in you. You don't pull it out. You sort of get something like really big stuck in you. You leave it in, and then you get to somewhere medical if you can. Because if you pull it out, then all the blood's going to start gushing out much faster than if it's left in, plugging the hole. But ideally, just don't get stabbed. So
I mean,
yes.
That's usually. I mean, that's just preventative medicine.
Preventative is the best kind of medicine.
Did my dad tell you to follow me around saying these things?
That's why people wear armor.
It feels like my dad's following me.
Just look at the armor, probably.
I wanted to double check something with the
portion
two
of
of
the
you.
idiots that stand around at the Aetherite Plaza in Limsa.
Fair enough.
Number of
I saw that too
idiots
when
that
I
stand
went
there
to travel to
flexing
Charlie.
and showing off their cool armor and how strong they look in it.
That is always strange.
It's a bit weird, but it's still a nice
That
place
was
to
very
sit. You always
strange
hear
traveling to niche.
you always hear the bards playing music, which is always nice.
That's nice, but I think it has to do with, like, as the Aetherite travel expanded again, the ladies would come down and they'd hang around the Aetherite and, oh, you look so tired. Come, traveler. I know a bed for you. Just you and I.
I'm no carpenter.
You know how it is, so I think it sort of turned into a bit of a circle. You have the ones that are looking there to look cool, pick up jobs and such, and others who are wooing whoever they wish to try to pick up a job. So to speak, at least.
You have the job givers and the job takers, so to say. There's always a few people around that they're like, "Oh, could you help me do this errand?" And we do it in a pinch when spent all your money on the boat ride over, and you really need a place to sleep for the night. That's only ever happened to us twice. Because we forgot our wallets at home.
The masts up in the upper decks there in the Drowning Wench are actually quite comfortable, I have found. I've spent more than one night there, and surprisingly spacious. Albeit a bit basic.
I remember staying there once, and it had like a really good window over the sea. Very pretty.
Depending on which room you get, yes. And if not, you're right there by the bar. It's quite nice. Come to think of it, I think most of the major city-states have a bar right there next to the inn. Maybe that's how it's... I've always wondered how the Adventurers Guild can afford this, with a partnership with whatever local tavern or bar happens to be there.
And I mean, actually, that's probably...
You've got the Roost there in Godonia. You've got the Quicksands in Ular, and then you have the Drowning Wench. And they're all right there. Maybe that's it. All the adventurers coming in and out, buying drinks and food.
They even sort of have that in the...
Kind of an ingenious strategy. And then you have the Adventurers Guild right there. Everything an adventurer needs. Food and drink, a place to rest, and work. Huh.
You found the economy.
I never noticed this before.
I think you may have cracked the code.
Yes.
They even sort of had that in Ishgard as well. Because the inn's not too far away.
So...
And the hunt board's like right there.
Scarlet.
Sorry.
The Red Lady, Scarlet, I believe she's named herself. I would like to have a sit down with her, with a couple of people who are fairly knowledgeable with using magic, healing, destructive, whatever, to basically get her side of the difference between how she wants to call upon this Great Red and how this other group wants to call upon it. Because, according to her, there are two sides to this following. But I would need people who are much more knowledgeable in magic itself. Because I'm not. I've just happened to be there anytime we've been near these eggs and all this other nonsense.
I see.
Whoever's interested.
Is this your way of asking us?
Yes, it is a way of asking you if anybody is interested, if they would like to, could be one of you, could be 5 of you, it doesn't matter, just... We need to pick her brain, essentially, because now that she is in this untempered, clear mind...
Wow.
Then,
is she not always?
She could... Apparently not. Apparently
then I was clearly told otherwise.
I don't know what she's doing with Ryder over there.
Oh!
Yeah! Black magic.
Balls.
Do we happen to know
big
someone
explosions.
who's well-versed in such...
Got it. Don't worry.
Black magics?
Didn't even think one was fine.
Connects, probably, but I haven't seen them in some
Kinix,
time.
but I don't. I don't know where he's gone.
And I also don't know.
One of the
if-
only black mages I've seen around
Maybe
here
he
in some
accidentally
time.
joined those people in Limsa.
Maybe Sarai, but again, haven't seen her in a moment.
Well,
You don't happen to know anything about thaumaturgy, do you? Either of you? Any of you? No?
No.
Alright. Well,
not. That's.
I know I have
Um,
a small amount of
and
knowledge
that's
of
only-
arcane, but definitely not like
I'm
this.
sure Sir Ryder can handle himself. We'll wait here, and once
Is this a
the
fight we should
fire
be
and
worried
lightning
about?
and ice.
Like, in terms of, like...
Well, it
for a
doesn't
while.
knock down any of the trees.
Initially, it was Zenyatta and Ryder sparring, but then I guess she decided to jump in for the fuck of it because she's bored and bitching and complaining that I'm being stupid about this.
I've
so-
seen lightning, yeah. Oh, jeez. Against both of them, yeah, it's a freeway.
Most megalomaniac narcissists tend to be like that. Don't take it personally.
I try not to. It's just very frustrating when I'm just trying to do things to
Yep.
show that I don't
that's
need.
definitely black magics.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Probably not wise for us to be involved.
I mean...
Probably not.
Oh no,
I mean-
no, that shit is bad. That's some bad shit. Don't even get close. I experienced that when we went to the. Yeah.
I worry that I worry that us two might have to be considering that looks kind of very ow. Yes.
Wait,
You know what? Just in case. I'm just gonna.
I was about to say, I'm not seeing Nasu or Bunchacha.
Just in case.
Bunchacha went running towards them. I saw them go around the gate.
That's a good Nasu did too.
I mean, they're fucking
I
standable.
was going to, before I saw that lightning, I was going to ask you if you remembered,
From this direction, but who
uh,
knows?
or at least the last bit of the commission details.
It's hitting those trees though, so good.
The trees have handled probably a little worse.
Oh.
It's not like
At the very least, they're mainly hitting the tops of the trees, so no chance for the entire tree to come crumbling.
it's not like they're very flammable right now, so it should be. Hopefully it's fine. Hopefully.
Yeah.
You see my dilemma. I need people who are who are better versed in magics or magical arts that can get her explanation as to how the way that these other cultists have been doing things has been the wrong way.
Get information. I suppose I could help, but
You guys would you
yeah.
guys would understand it better than me. You know.
Of course.
Debatably, but yes.
Oh, Season also returns.
Oh, there's Nasu. This is Nasu. I suppose they're done.
Is everyone okay?
Do you see her?
How'd it go?
Put her. You see her put her stub in the snow.
You alright?
Are you alright?
I guess
The
she decided to
red
just jump in.
caster joined in, and she has
Yeah.
lightning. She has lightning ability,
Yeah,
and
I did spot. I did spot.
Pull it up. Let me see the stub. Want to see if it's burnt.
Yeah.
It's not burnt, but
That's
it's
how you-
overreacting like hell.
I think the rest of them are coming back.
Twitching.
Let's try and soothe it a bit. It doesn't look like it's too bad. Anywhere else you got struck?
I figured it's just. Nah, I'm good. I maybe had gotten electrocuted a couple times, but I'm okay. It's just
Did I just
sense
see
of
Ryder
my
get bridal carried in?
because of my uneventful and forceful removal of thy arm.
Yeah.
Is
Should help with the pain a little bit, but if you need, you can still stick it in the snow. And let me
Thank you.
head back over there.
Details.
Thank you.
Me double checking details of the commission.
How's he doing?
Well, if that was the if
Thank
that
you,
was
Master. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, I got my ass kicked.
Anyway,
And it
so
hurt
I
it.
got fucking
Nice.
bored of listening, so I wanted to go do my own thing. Did you figure out who the fuck you want me to like?
Thank you, Master. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Are there any other injured?
Just
Well,
I don't know. Ideally,
Are you able to heal his
basically,
pride?
Yeah,
I
thank
was
you.
supposed to.
Tink tink.
You shut up.
Hey, they slapped me in the fucking head with the back of their spear a lot. I'm not sure if that needs healing or not, but it fucking hurts.
Understood. Give me a moment. Let me just,
Thank you, Master.
I had the idea of maybe getting a thaumaturge or black mage of some kind
You're totally healing.
to
Yes, I'm totally
But-
healing you.
Oh, so she really is a good
Wow,
person,
look at all
huh?
that healing going on. Wow.
Smack.
Thanks. Good person's debatable.
Well, yeah, true.
Well, that's not working.
Align with yours at the moment.
Well,
That's what we're trying to figure out. And there she goes again.
I suppose you can take that as a lesson of danger
Yeah,
can
that worked
arrive at
out.
any moment.
I'll fix that. Why is it moving to his head?
I've had to deal with
Danger!
Plenty of us here. Take.
Sure, Zen has been the model of danger can arrive at any moment in a safe environment,
Wait,
judging by how quickly you're able to arrive.
Astrid, do
Yes,
that.
is something funny, Sir Ryder?
Dip. Huh?
No, nothing's funny. No, nothing's funny. Sorry.
Hmm?
Might
Man,
slap
I've
a
never
smirk on
seen
your
it.
face,
Hey, Astrid, I just realized you're quite aggressive. Has it always been like a thing?
Where have you been for the past 9 months?
Oh yeah.
Hey, did you do that thing you were gonna do too? Did you get them papers? Find them.
I'm still in the process of finding them.
I was about to ask about Luluma's notes, yes.
I feel like
Now I feel even more. I'm gonna go.
I feel
get
like
a
I might
drink.
have jinxed
I'm so
it
stressed. I'm
by
so
saying
stressed.
that they were good earlier. I brought the I brought it upon us. The gods 12 did not smile upon my predictions.
Oh, poor baby, he's stressed. Imagine how we feel.
Yeah, no, imagine me. Yeah, no, I can only imagine the feeling, Victor had, having me turn him around and spot
It's
red
gonna
lightning
peek
and
over there.
explosions occurring behind him.
I don't even know. Power of friendship is a hell of a drug.
Yes, it is. I couldn't care what I was going to say.
Hmm.
Carpenters around.
Let alone what it could be happening to you two.
I think it was nothing. I thought I heard an explosion over there. I think it was nothing. Given how no one's reacting to it.
Thankfully.
No, it was.
It was that lightning again. It's fine though, it looks like.
Oh, yes. The lightning storm was able to travel surprisingly far, in terms of sound anyway.
Does that sometimes.
Right. Okay. If I could direct your minds to a different topic. Do you remember all the, I guess the major points of the commission? Just so I have peace of mind.
Yes. Get the carrots. Check on 2 of your friends. It was Warning Way. And
Who's the other one?
spare me.
Loving Way.
Loving Way. Thank you.
And did he read that disclaimer to you?
Which one? He gave us like 4.
4. I only suggested 1.
Yes, well, we had plenty of questions about being on the moon, including ones about floating away.
Look, we're not this small just so that we don't float away.
What's the disclaimer?
Don't mention me to anybody. At the Burrows. Odds are good if I've been banished, they don't want to hear about me. They'll probably even refuse information or the carrots if they know that I'm the one that wants them.
Okay.
Better for me to err on the side of caution.
I'm sure worst case I can probably make something up. I'm sure back home they always need the supplies and carrots and exchange stuff. So it will be
I'm
hard
pretty sure
without the
both of
bureaucracy.
them, both Loving Way and Warring Way, will have different variations of being like, "Oh, I have a secret admirer." If you just said like, "We can't tell you who asked us to check on you."
I don't know.
Either that or they'll clock me instantly, but you know, one. I doubt it. I doubt there's no in between.
I will say. I don't ask. Yeah, don't worry. It's not every day that
We can be careful.
Yeah. And hey, at least
Speaking of
the many
careful.
hands that are looking to get on this commission will at least lessen the load of grabbing the carrots.
While we are on the moon, Astro, and this is up to you because I know it's stupid. Do you think we could fight something there so I have that experience?
Oh yeah, sure. There's gelatin, grenades, thinkers up in Maryland Torum.
He's listening,
There are a
beast.
number of
Lots of good
creatures up
warning
there,
will probably
so
drag you to fight some grenades.
So told. However, perhaps if there's something there that seems relatively within our grasp, I mean, you'll have 3 people with you that are
Yes.
all healers,
Yeah.
so
There shouldn't be much harm in it, so
keep you well.
should be good.
Besides, if anything, it'll probably be good practice for all 3 of us. Though, I have a feeling Eclipse probably doesn't need as much practice. It's been very busy as of late, I'm sure.
Well, there you go.
I think I'm probably the most
experience, man.
inexperienced out of all of us.
And if nothing else, I'm pretty sure one of the lockers could set one of the scrapers or supporters to be allowed to spar with you.
I just wanted to bring that up in a way that wouldn't make me sound like a fool that wants to aggressively attack things on the moon.
I mean, you're fine.
There are plenty of people who sound like fools here.
It's practice for you, and if it goes wrong, it's
Why'd
practice
you
for
look
us.
at me when you said that?
But it's probably not going to go long since we have a bunch of people. I don't see the harm in this.
Oh. I don't know, I was just busy observing what you were doing.
That is. How could you do that? How could you do that to me? I get what you were trying to do right there. You know, this is crazy, Mike. Never mind. You know what? I'm gonna
The one time a troop showed up at Limsa and they put on a show, this feels like that show. There's a lot of drama and tension.
Well,
There is no drama or tension.
well, as I said, Tavara, that's a good warring way.
Is it comedy?
Probably jump at the chance of having a person from Atheris join him and
Sometimes it really feels like it.
defending the burrows
Fair
from
enough.
rogue grenades. Or probably even a rogue supporter or 2. Or scraper, or... there's a lot. There's a lot. I'm sure Warren would appreciate the assistance.
I just think my dad would appreciate one of those stories.
I mean, you can't get much better than going, hey, I've gone went to the fucking moon. Look at me.
True. I went to the moon and I saw
Fun.
the thing there.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, you're right. The thing there is less important.
Let's see if I can draw a sketch of you up there as well.
Honestly, all things considered, Dude.
Okay.
My father's liable to be jealous. Going to the moon is no small claim.
I know the amount of looks I get from people when I say that I'm from the moon.
I think
Especially
some of
people
us
that
are just
are.
like, what?
Yeah, that's usually the most common response. Just like, what? Excuse me? What on Heidelin did you just fucking say to me? Type of thing.
Yep.
Oh, Melody, can I borrow you really quick?
Sure.
Cool. Also, Miss Astor, if you want to, I think you'd be interested, possibly, to hear about all of this Great Red business as well.
Exactly. I want them to actually be able to do something else.
I think you severely overestimate me, but yes, I'll help.
Honestly, I'm just trying to gather folks who are. A part of me wanted to say etherically inclined, but mostly act-line healer folk. Folks who might be able to
Don't know
answer
what they're
the right
talking about.
questions.
When it comes to things like this, that was my
Having
that
an
was the
understanding
entire
of
idea
magics
in
and yes.
my head. But
well,
Never mind, you deal with that. I'll bring Melody over.
yeah,
Yep. Good luck, Riser.
I got
Where did...
Is that door?
I guess Bob was not as heavily involved.
doing okay.
I have no idea what happened.
Fuck it. Fuck it. We're just gonna do it like this. We're just gonna do it like this. Should
Just said she'd be a
she'll
moment.
be with us shortly.
Oh, good.
But
If we can all be on the snow pile.
Okay.
My cold resistance potion is still working, so you know, I'm fine.
I got a thick jacket.
So,
okay.
I think we'll start with us, and then anybody who comes along, they can probably ask their questions too. Hopefully, it won't be the same ones, or we'll just let them know we've already asked that.
Yeah.
So. Once again, from the top, you said the egg-like things were mediums, focuses?
Probably one of the best ways to describe it.
Okay, so for what?
What do you think? You can't get aether crystals nowadays, not in bulk that you need. You gotta hold all the aether somewhere.
Okay. So, why do they have that corrupting influence then?
Cause it's a part of a primal?
Huh?
Like, an actual part of the primal, or... What, does the Great Red lay these eggs?
Not quite. It's a very long and complicated process, and one I'm not completely privy to, because, like, that's not what I was there for.
Okay, so through a secret process, they get these egg things from the Great Red and use them as a medium for collected aether to store it?
Well, to be clear, the Great Red has not been summoned yet. They still don't have enough aether for it.
So how is it part of the primal?
And that's where the
Long,
complicated thing
process.
comes from.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
They're to help
So-
summon the primal.
Are they all garnered from the same place?
Garnered from the same place?
Like,
It's not a matter of place. It's a matter of process.
So they're manufactured?
So
That's probably one of the closest ways to describe it. Yeah, let's go with that term.
So can they make them pretty much anywhere that they can do this secret process?
I mean, as long as they have what they need to do it, they could probably do it anywhere.
Okay.
I mean, once
Interesting.
again, it wasn't really my place to fucking question that part of the process. That's not my
Understandable.
job.
Okay. So this is my first time meeting you? So what was your job?
Nope, I'm not your dad. You can fuck right off with that. Nope.
What?
It's fine. Fine.
Best not
Who
to
the
question
fuck is
it.
calling you daddy? What the fuck?
His children.
He got kids?
Yes, and a
Yeah,
wife.
that's what we say.
Damn, he looked good for his age then.
Oh, I think he may have heard
So-
you.
Wait, who's?
Right.
What happened?
What?
She was complimenting her looks.
Calling you daddy.
Oh, he.
The one following you, Topher?
Yeah, Topher. He was calling me daddy, and I was like, no.
You can't. You shouldn't phrase it like that. You shouldn't phrase it like that.
That is
You know what? I'm not
absolutely
gonna question
not
it.
what
I'm
Tova
not-
said, and I know it.
I'm not gonna question it. I'm not gonna question it. I'm not gonna question it.
Listen, you look great for your age.
Please, Miss Scarlet, please continue your explanation.
So, what is it that you do?
I
then?
apologize.
What is your job?
I mean, I had a lot of things I had to do, but the biggest thing was breeding for the chocobos, because that's what my people did. And
Okay.
you know all those special little colors with their special
Mhm.
little abilities? Yeah, where the fuck you think those come from?
Okay. All right.
That and obviously maintaining the eggs, collecting them, putting them into places. Although that was someone else's job, who's a dipshit, but you know, that kind of thing. And making sure
Is it
that those who are captured do not go fuck off into the wind.
All right. Okay.
The other one, the big guy in a suit armor.
Fucking Rainer.
Who?
Huh.
Same as Rainer.
Was he the one in charge of the prison?
Piece of shit. Yeah, he is. Was.
Interesting.
I don't remember.
Well, at least we have
I
a
remember.
name.
I remember seeing him, and we fought with him for a bit. Then he grabbed me, threw me on the egg, and then, you know, my mind's blank after that. I just remember waking up at the entrance of the prison, and whatever happened in between, you know, just kind of happened.
Oh, they're back at it again.
To my understanding, he ran away somehow.
I wouldn't consider that running away.
I think. He got out.
I'm guessing
whatever.
he has a means of moving very quickly from one place to another, or at least getting out from an underground facility easily.
I mean, walking over to a tunnel, turning around, saying shit, and then just breaking down the ceiling over the tunnel, cutting it off from people. He didn't necessarily fucking teleport out there. Probably went back
Understood.
to further inside when shit was set up. Did y'all explore the entirety of the place, or did you just stop at the altar?
We had to
I didn't
stop
even
at
get
the
to see the
altar
place yet.
because there was too much. Everybody's condition at that point was. Oh, it was pretty bad.
Low.
Didn't
We
want to
had
get timbers.
Get out. We had to get out, recoup, heal.
everything.
That begs a question. Is there any way to prevent the influence of this... how do I phrase it? Negative Great Red that they're trying to create?
False red?
I like that one. False red. I mean, keep in mind, I was also fucking tempered, but I'm pretty sure the big cat, pussycat guy over there has already figured something out.
Alright.
With the armor?
Yes, but they've been working on.
With the armor and shit?
Okay.
So you don't
They
know
don't
anything?
just keep shit in. but also keep shit out.
What
More
is
or less
that
just
armor?
putting it into a bucket at this point.
Once again, that was not my thing. I don't do metal working and all that crap.
All right, I was just hoping you knew. That's
I'll go
why I'm
have a
asking the
chat.
questions. Okay. Okay, so the egg thing we asked, the medallions probably very similar to the eggs.
Similar enough, basically draws upon the conduit.
Okay, conduit, that's also a good word. Let's see. The right way and the wrong way of summoning the Great Red. What you did. I hope I'm not missing anything. I've asked a lot of questions. Can anybody else think of something?
Why is, to my understanding, and from what other people have said, the way that this particular tempering works is much faster and
It's
more
different.
potent. It is different. What makes it so different compared to, I guess, other times where tempering was involved?
That's a bit more difficult to answer without context.
Can you give us context?
The most I can probably tell you at the moment is that it's not regular tempering. Closest word? Artificial.
I mean, it would have to be if the
And why do you describe it like that?
Primal isn't around.
Is it, and why do you describe it like that?
I mean, surely you've noticed it does not work how tempering should work. Like,
There are plenty of similarities.
yes, there's plenty of words. There's many similarities, but surely you've noticed there's also a lot of differences as well.
For one thing, the Primal isn't
artificial.
around.
Yes, but you call it artificial. What makes it artificial? It's a word, not just a... It's not some buzzword.
Like, I understand
What is the meaning behind artificial in this?
Fake.
Okay, so...
Fake
better
tempering,
question.
then.
How are they tempering people without the Primal?
Exactly.
That's a question. A very, very good question.
Because it's not tempering.
Okay.
Is it... I mean, to rephrase the question then, how are they causing corruption of ether? Or of aether? Get to more scientific terms.
That question I am not willing to answer until you all go investigate the prison a little more.
Why?
Because there's something that needs to be found.
I'm guessing that will give us more context. Okay. Okay, so that would help us with the how, supposedly. Is there something else that you call it aside from tempering? Or artificial tempering? Or do you just...
I mean, I never really had to think about it before. Keep in mind, I was like, tempered what? 2 weeks ago?
You call it tempering.
That's why I say that. I never fucking thought about it. I didn't really have a reason
I
to.
mean-
I was tempered.
I mean, up to that point, what did you call it? What did your compatriots call it?
I wasn't with my fucking compatriots. They call it temporary as well. We sort of just stuck to, oh, this is it's tempering, and it's easier for fucking people to understand it that way. Because what the
Feels
fuck else
like
are we
it.
gonna
You know
call
what?
it? Are we
Fair
gonna be
enough.
like,
Fair
it's
enough.
fake tempering?
It's
Who's
diet
gonna say
tempering. It's tempering
and
light.
mislead people?
Here's another
I
good.
mean-
Sorry, I'll let you finish your thought first before I change the topic.
I mean, if you had to give it a name, but not exactly call it tempering, I mean, brainwashing, mind control. It's probably fucking with your physical brain and making you think and do shit more than it's actually affecting any
Tempering
of
was
your
never
aether
about
inside.
the physicality. It had everything to do with your aether, your soul.
Right. But if
Well-
this tempering is fake, then there's some other aspect of yourself that it affects that makes you do similar things, or would
Possibly.
adhere to the whims of, you know, the primal.
Would you know?
For now.
Would you know what the rationale as to why they're doing this sort of tempering over more standard methods of summoning a primal? And I know the aether, but why this whole different dance?
I mean, well, I have some ideas. I don't have a concrete answer. Every single one of us, them, everyone has their own motive. And a lot of them aren't exactly transparent with them. Especially the High fucking Priestess. Good luck with that one. I still don't know what the fuck they're doing.
So, aside from this high priestess and this Rainer, you called him? Is there someone else that would know more?
I don't really hang out with it's not like a close-knit fucking community like here. It's we all have a similar goal that we're trying to reach. And while there is communication of go here, do this, there really isn't a need for more. I don't know Rainer because he's a piece of shit.
Never met the man, but I'll probably agree.
Tough bastard is what he was. Shit.
So if there's no communication between you and your peers, how are you getting anything done? Or is just
like a bunch of
everyone
different cells,
faked tempering? Whatever you wish to call it.
Feelings, impressions. There is some forms of communication, but not like, hey, how you doing? It's orders, mostly.
That's what I'm referring to. Orders, or some sort of individual who is leading this, saying, you there, I would like for you to go and kill these people.
That would be the High Priestess. And once
Got
again,
it.
either impressions / feelings or link shell.
So, the High Priestess communicates to those who are tempered through these feelings and impressions, correct?
I would assume so. I'm pretty sure it's them.
Or if not them, then we can assume someone higher than them if it's not them. But we're going to assume it's them. Then,
I would assume so. Because
aside from
usually it
them,
lines
again,
up pretty
link
good
shells.
with whatever
Interesting.
orders are given.
so verbal orders, you said, were sent through the link shells.
Most of
Okay.
the time, yeah. Sometimes someone may walk up with a fucking note or something, but yeah, that's most of the time.
You
So
wouldn't
I'm
happen
guessing
to
you
have
are
the
pretty-
pearl
oh,
for that,
go ahead.
would you? You still have that pearl on you?
I do.
Gonna.
Maybe.
Would that still be active? Like, would you still hear orders from that thing? Or do you think they figured out you were untempered and then, I guess, cut yours off?
I mean, I have no idea. I haven't really had a reason to try.
Toss it to me, and I could give it a listen.
I wouldn't go sticking in your
It's
ear
not
right
like-
away, but
Yeah, probably not. But keep in mind, like, it's
Keeping-
not constantly broadcasting. It's when they have orders for you. They have orders for you.
Well, I'll keep it around.
Okay, yep, just take
If
my
it
link
bu- if
shell.
Were you really gonna need it?
I mean, I would like to have one.
I'm sure we can.
Go to a major city. I'm sure they'll give you another one.
I don't think she'd be able to walk into a city.
We can just have someone. We can have someone just walk over to Ishgard, worst case, and sort of get one.
The interesting.
Oh, fair.
Okay, well,
Trying to think.
what is the main difference between your Great Red and theirs?
I mean,
Besides
first
yours
and
being a
foremost,
symbol of hope.
At this point, I don't know what they're trying to summon. I originally thought that they were trying to summon the Great Red that my people believed in, which was a symbol of hope. I really
Can you
don't
describe
know
that,
where-
Great Red?
Well, like you just said, for my people, they're a symbol of hope, a brighter tomorrow, a light in the dark. I don't know if you mean like physical fucking sense, like imagery, or if you mean like symbolism sense.
Anything.
Okay, well, sort of like what I just said. Usually it's represented by the rising sun, a red sun. For our people, it was seen as a big red chocobo.
I see.
That's what we saw it as.
Your people's interpretation. This has no connection to the worshippers of the Great Red of Templara Deepcroft, yes? The cult that was operating out of there some time ago.
I have no idea. I know that there's a lot of different worshippers that was all throughout the continent. Just because my people worshipped in my village over in Dravania doesn't mean that there wasn't other places where they worshipped it. It's not like we're all like communicating with each other. It's survived throughout the ages. And
Well, yes, but
as you
usually
know,
these things come from a single inspiration, something that spread amongst multiple groups of people across borders.
Well, it's from, like I said, it's from ages ago. At this point, a lot of the stories are gone. Burnt, frozen, flooded. Things have changed. But my people did have depictions of the Great Red from ages ago. Hell, one of them was actually when this place wasn't so frozen solid. But instead it was rolling hills of green with pine and fir trees everywhere. Rocky outcroppings. That sort of thing.
I'm trying to think.
With the Rangers, where?
Yes.
When did you first run into them?
That's a question. Like, me personally, or when I started hearing about them?
I guess when you first started hearing about them, because they had only shown up around here not too long ago. But from the way that you reacted to the ones that came up to us in the in St. McCain's, it sounded like you had a lot of history with them. Bad kiss, a lot of bad blood, but yeah.
Well, I didn't really join the traffickers, if you would, till after the final days. But this group has apparently been going on for a very long time. Very long. When it came to the Rangers, it was a bit before I joined the traffickers, actually. Heard rumors about them. Very low-key, if you would. Heard about them slaughtering too many fucking chocobos, but also taking different eggs, dismantling armors, taking out different traffickers and other groups that have pendants. Basically just being irksome.
When you...
Which means that they...
Say most...
Let me finish your thought.
2 years? 3? Yeah.
Which
Like I
means
said,
they knew
I wasn't
about the
really
Great
looking
Red for a good long while then.
When you say the traffickers were around for a while, how long are we talking? Like hundreds of years, tens of years, thousands of years, etc.? You don't know?
The human traffickers, the human trafficking, I don't know how long that's been going on. By the time I actually heard about that part of things, I was long fucking tempered. But if you're talking about the priestess and shit that is controlling the traffickers, then yes.
That's what I mean,
it
sorry.
was when this place was still fucking green, as in that long ago.
Oh. It's a big time. Right.
It's been a while.
Is
archaeological.
doubt she's human or
Look into
Pure in
it.
that regard. Because that sounds like a very long passage of time that a mere cure who can lead a cult would, you know,
well,
would last.
Unless the High Priestess role is passed down.
Could be an option too.
Nothing's saying that it's the same person.
But
Okay. It sounds like whoever's investigating the prison has a lot to look for.
Which makes sense because we only had left off in that altar room.
Okay,
But
so
Check the altar.
that. Why the altar? Like, is there a specific reason to place the egg on the altar itself?
Yes.
Conduit, focal point. What is it?
Like I said, there is something that needs to be found. I'm not going to elaborate until y'all find that shit.
So
But
there's something
there. Something that y'all forgot. Well, I guess you didn't really know about it.
From what I
Didn't
hear,
have
they
time or the
couldn't
opportunity
really
to look.
focus on it because of how everyone else was doing.
only thing I know is Ryder and the other few who were able to withstand being near it long enough to get it in that box and get it out. But that was it.
So, I know that armor stuff is okay for the medallions. Is that going to work against the influence of the egg?
I believe so. I mean, the pendants are basically they're connected to the egg. The egg is like a conduit for the energy, and the pendants are receivers. As long as they're in proximity of the egg, they gain power from it.
How big of a proximity?
Depends how much aether.
I mean...
So the more aether flowing through the egg, the farther away these pendants are effective.
And
I mean,
keep in
shit,
mind,
when we were in that prison, the top, I guess you would say, we had almost immediately started feeling the presence. The
Which means that
influence.
something in that altar was giving it aether. A lot of it.
Yes, and because like a primal, it was absorbing aether in the area.
Which is, I guess you would say, because there was a phenomenon we had realized that when we were all gathered together, we were able to mostly withstand the influence, but as soon as me and a couple others tried to get out, no go. We probably would have been fully turned and ran back down trying to kill our friends if we had tried to get out on our own. We had to run back down and regroup with everybody else, so
And that has something to do with the thing you'll need to find.
Okay. Those who were trying to get away, I never did ask, did any of them have the echo?
No. No, actually.
I sure don't.
Which means that the further away you all were from the people with the echo, and I'm going to guess that you guys
that
were...
shit locked in.
But we likely won't be able to find out more until we see that altar. Is there anything else you could tell us that doesn't involve seeing that altar about all of this, or...?
Ask questions, I'm here to answer.
Is there another location of interest that would be of interest to us besides the prison?
I mean, I already
Maybe
searched at the fucking St. McCain's Arbitorium.
You cleared out St.
It wasn't
McCain's,
there. It wasn't there. I
Okay.
looked.
Was there anywhere else you had in mind?
Miss settlement.
I mean, knowing them and knowing Raina, there's probably one of them under every fucking major settlement there is around here.
Wait? Every?
I mean, city.
Anywhere where there's been a significant number of people going missing, yes.
I can't imagine that there would be something under Limsa.
Perhaps in the area then.
Maybe not beneath it, but very close nearby, yes.
It's
Or undersea caves.
This
You know, you're not wrong.
Possibly, but
Would anyone really notice if anything happened under Ul'dah?
Has a lot of buried places under it. A lot of history there.
Well, I'm not sure of anything else I can ask. Anyone else have any questions?
Have you ever seen the High Priestess herself?
Physically? No.
How about any kind of honor guard, or people who say they speak for the priestess?
Oh, the dipshit Raina was one of them.
One of them, but are there others?
Pretty sure there is. Just once again, in my current state of mind at the time, I wasn't really thinking about it.
You know what? Fair.
I'm heading back to Ishgard. I'm gonna go rest.
Best of luck.
If anyone needs to talk to me, now would be a good time. If not,
I'd suggest maybe not Ishgard, just in case. If you have anywhere else you'd like to possibly go. Because Lulu's parents are there.
Oh, well, I ain't going to Ishgard then.
Take the link pearl out and put up to his ear again.
I mean, you can probably get to Mordona. It's not too far.
Nothing right
It's
now.
more of a check, though.
You know what? Mordona sounds good. I'll go to Mordona and rest.
Black.
Actually.
Done with questioning? Or...
That might be another place we might want to check. Not really a massive group of people, but
yeah, I can't
a lot of adventurers go through that place.
Necessarily, it's
well.
It has such a high turnover that it might actually be a ideal. Take care.
Thank you, by the way, Ryder.
Stay safe.
No problem. I hope you get the gist of it down, my man.
Waiting
Always
for
willing
good
to
news
help.
about those notes.
In any case, thank you. Sorry, this was more of a runaround than I had wanted, but glad we were able to get something out of it. Though I'm not sure if I'm with the search party in that prison.
To Mordona I go. Good day.
Might need to write a couple things down and have Neb give whoever's leading that party the gist of what they need to be looking for.
That way. Which way was
That
it
way.
again? Okay, thank you.
What?
Wait a minute. I can just use my aetherite. Never mind.
That way.
I guess that's a good point. You could just go to whatever city you want if you do that.
Can I fuck off now? Or...
Go right ahead.
Actually, I need to go to the first anyway. I need
Here.
to check with Becklook
Have my
about
link.
those soul
Have
stones.
my link, bro. We'll grab another one.
I do have to do that. So, alright. Alright.
If you do see something that would be interesting, don't be a stranger.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we got. If something that could maybe give us a clue or two, if that.
Sorry, I didn't have better questions. It's kind of
it's-
hard if she would
honestly,
she would start
that's
to have
more than
stonewalling us until we get people from the dungeon.
I didn't really like the fact that she was stonewalling us, but clearly. I mean, yeah. we
Clearly
did
there's something
technically
down
miss-
there.
There's something down there.
Wouldn't
Whoever's
exactly
going to be
consider it
going down there is looking
missing.
for it.
We nearly
I
lost
might
an
need to
entire
put
party
myself-
of people.
I'm definitely not keen on going back down there, to be honest.
Blame me.
I have her link pro. It should still be connected to their specific link shell, so maybe I'll get something. A location somewhere, something.
Might
Oh,
be
I can
worth
hope for
seeing if you can pass it along to, or bring it along to someone who actually knows how to work with link barrels. Might be able to get information out of it somehow.
For who would that be out of anybody here? Either of you two know?
Probably. I'd assume the boss guy would probably be best bets. If Mark were here, he might also know something, but he's not.
No. Luluma might.
Perhaps.
He'd probably be. I mean, I probably should. I will report what we've learned so far with her.
You look like you're losing your shit right now, Aster.
My skin's crawling. Yes.
Why? The bad feeling about everything.
Oh,
And her.
I
Yeah.
didn't understand.
And everything she's done. Everything she's helped them do.
Yep. But
And we have to just let her walk free. It's vile.
Didn't you ever do that with Garleans or others?
We turned them over to the city-states.
if anything, there's no way she'd really be able to walk around freely in the city-states. I'm under the assumption
As
that
if
her
they
face is
lived.
probably.
We gave up.
I'm under the assumption that there have been posters and whatnot all around with her face all over it, so I doubt she'd be able to just walk anywhere she wants to.
No, but she should.
If it's
yeah.
She's pacing. She's thinking.
He's pondering.
Been doing a lot of that. I walked over here when they were talking, and they were just staring at me, and I thought I got caught and did something. I had to walk away.
Oh right,
You
yes,
doing something?
Want to go get something to drink?
That right over there.
What did you do?
You did some, didn't you?
Nothing.
What happened?
No, I didn't. Shut the
He's lying through his teeth.
Nothing.
He's lying through his teeth.
No idea what you're talking about.
Nothing's happened.
Okay.
I was talking about how
Well,
I
just-
bribed you, so that I wouldn't
Sure.
say anything to your parents.
You-
Ask for credits.
She.
Esther.
What? You mean Gil?
Gil, yeah.
Hey, Esther.
Yeah, and
Would you like to get something to drink?
Um,
Get her mind off things.
Pretty poor, and I also owe Ryder a lot of money. Weren't we just over in Older doing jobs and shit not that long ago? What'd you do with all that money? A lot of money. Why do you owe him money in the first place? He doesn't seem like a guy who needs a lot of money. He's a fucking warrior of light. What does he need money? What does he need all that money for?
I might never give him the money back then.
Because he's bad with money.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem.
He hands out thousands to a young
Yeah, I'm.
man.
No. Hundreds of thousands.
Hang on, so nice and-
Why look at me like you were questioning if I was.
I think. Actually, no. You might.
I was about to call you a young boy. Yes.
Again, I'm wearing multiple layers. It's all. An illusion.
Had I lesser morals, I'd be very tempted to ask Ryder for some extra money. Very tempting.
He'd probably give it to you. Especially if you bat your eyes at him.
I.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
have
what
more
I did.
personal
I sucked
pride
up.
than that.
He's a good lad, but he's yeah.
Heart is in the right place, not much else.
His heart is certainly in some place.
Understood.
Sorry, it's just Neb mixed up Cha and Bababa, and it was funny.
I did too.
Fair enough.
earlier. Actually, I was so confused. I thought the Lalafell that came up behind us was the wife of their parents, their dad.
No.
No,
she was
I almost.
wearing green.
Yeah, Cha was wearing blue.
Hmm.
Today was kind of relaxing. Snowball fights, meeting some old friends, not listening to whatever they were talking about over here.
Having a little misadventure.
You're acting like I just went in there and
Gonna
murdered
end up
someone.
stress cooking again.
You
Don't do that, please.
You don't stop.
I mean, I appreciate your cooking, but more healthy ways.
Regardless, hopefully his issue is sorted. He has whatever information he needs. And we'll be back soon enough with information for you about your friends.
Yeah.
Just to help
Yeah,
you.
no, as Neb already said, it's
Otherwise
not a
it'd be
rush. It's
questioning
not a
why you
rush
wanna know about
commission. You're free to take your time.
The plan has a big trip about it.
Oh, how big are these carrots, by the way?
I know they're actively present in the infirmary. They're large enough that I'm able to use one like a bludgeon.
About like this thick as well.
The red carrots are pretty large.
I understood.
It would be the equivalent of a Dark Knight sword for my size.
Should we get another pack then, just in case?
That's humongous.
Yeah, they're designed to
I can carry
last.
some stuff.
What's
I'm pretty sure.
Right. Probably.
The carrots.
I'll clear out some
Actually,
of
you're
the
right.
ingredients.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I mean, you were researching a blue one, and as far as I can tell, most of the carrots are around the same size, which are basically as though I was using a Dark Knight weapon.
Never asked. So what inspired you to take up country?
It's a long story. Maybe over a drink.
Bar's still available.
Well, you get your wish. Let's go.
Yes, I could certainly do with a drink after learning everything today.
on
And
my
hearing
way
one of
out.
the Bofkar's war
I'm on my
stories.
way out, so you all take care.
Stay safe, Bunchacha.
The world would
By all means.
nearly end when the moon falls and explodes and the big fucking dragon. That's supposedly a primal? Or was? That was a thing.
Yes, I'm very well aware of the calamity.
It didn't stop with that. It just kept going and going and going and going, and then the Guardians happened, and then...
Well, the Guardians were happening at the exact same time.
Yes, but then they happened again. They didn't stop. They didn't get the message.
It was.
Yes, although...
They never do.
I still miss the old settlement.
Interested in me to Baba, and Baba simply responded, "I've already been doing that."
It's a shame what happened with it, though. Apparently the locals have, made quite good use of it.
It was.
Any
It was.
preferences?
Something light.
Yes.
Head.
At least that hasn't
Something
changed.
light. Do you like things that taste fruity, or
Oh, I love
things
fruity.
that are fruity? Oh, good choice. Good choice.
Good.
Yes, I'm much more of a hard drink woman myself.
I never.
I realize I've only
I
had
never
drinks
drink
today. I should have
too heavily because Mark's always the one who drinks a lot.
Fair enough. You know what? I'm just gonna pull one of the chairs up to the bar.
Good idea.
These stools don't quite fit me.
Not particularly well, no.
Yes, they aren't exactly built with Rogadan women in mind. Or any Rogadan in mind, actually.
Like any Rogan.
The bar is owned by a Nolafelian gentleman. Met him a few times. He's kind, but the bar is sort of designed around his sensibilities.
I see.
Maybe with a little bit of bitter.
Thank you.
Let's see. For you two. Let's see.
Actually, I'm just gonna pull the seat up sideways. Hope I can actually sit close to the bar. I dropped something.
Not a drink, I'd hope.
Here you are, friend.
Many thanks. Thank you. Just nice and warm.
Over.
Sorry,
What can I get for you, sir? I know you're old enough.
Hi, Victor.
Hi. Okay. Oh, God, just stupid.
Think whatever you think I would like. You're
Like bitter? Bitter or sweet?
Sweet.
Victor, don't make it indent in the counter.
Because it's usually a bit stronger. It's surprising that
sweet one.
growing up around.
That was a string of conversations, but
Yeah, I'd imagine. Victor, do you
I
want some
would ask what happened, but
you know what? Just give me something, just something on the sweet side.
I need something sweet after today.
But
fair enough.
We at least have some I guess you would consider some primary objectives, or at least a very specific one. Whoever's going back in that prison, I will also try and be there for that. Because the main thing about going back down there is according to her, Scarlet, checking out that fucking altar down there. That seems to be the biggest, the big linchpin in all of this. Thank you.
Yeah.
Give this a try.
There's something with the altar, and
By the way,
and whatever we find
welcome to
there.
the camp. I'm Bunchacha. Here, have a potion.
No.
Frost resistance in case you ever get cold.
Whatever's there might
Tastes
also be
like
in other
blueberries.
locations.
Great
Which is
appreciation.
how the eggs are getting power.
I don't know how to
and
make
all
any
that
carrot,
shit.
carrot drinks.
What was it?
But do you drink alcohol?
I was gonna say, I was about to. Well, I know I've drunk the Dravanian rum. I'm fine with that. So I think I'll be fine with dang near any drink. I was actually just about to ask if we did still have some orange carrot of happiness stockpiled back there.
If we do, I have no idea where.
Well, I guess we'll be resupplying that when we go up to the moon.
Yeah. As Bella said, it's basically meant to be an entire meal by itself.
Yep, but I don't know how to mix that into a drink. So.
Probably unnecessary.
There you are.
Could probably do shavings
Yeah.
of it.
Maybe.
Ooh, like sprinkles on top?
I suppose.
Otherwise,
how
it would
much
probably
flavor
be
you'll get
trying
from
to
a,
turn one of Ryder's cheesy bacons into a smoothie, and I don't think he'd appreciate it.
Hint of the flavor. Besides, if it's
Then
supposed to
how
be
are
a
you
full
gonna get
meal,
that much
then
flavor out of a carrot?
Oh.
Well, if
Sure,
it's
it
a
tastes
full
alright,
meal,
right?
then
I believe the orange carrot of happiness was meant
tastes like
to
a carrot.
basically supplement whatever nutrition is truly necessary,
I've
alongside an accidentally addictive quality due to its taste.
I've just had a thought since you were mentioning nutrition and food. You were saying you've never been to Charlene before.
No, goodness.
Oh,
There we go.
Would you like to try a local delicacy?
do you mean the Arkham
Okay.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
sure she would.
I've heard the stories. I am quite good.
You can try it.
Bugger.
You should try it.
Why do you look so excited?
Try it.
Well, he's tried it and he's seen the light of it. You know, it's one of the best tasting meals. People just tell lies about. It's all propaganda. You know.
Exactly.
I'm mad that we have better. This is a good meal, and other people are mad about it. So they're making propaganda. Clearly.
What are we talking about?
Look, maybe I just prefer carrots.
Yes, where
that shit's the bomb.
Yeah.
You should try it. It's
It's
really
easy.
nice. It's truly
You
a wonderful
are
delicacy.
aware that I have been surviving on MREs for the last 2 years. I am pretty accustomed to tasteless food.
which is how you'll appreciate it even more.
Ah, I see. I suppose I will.
Perfect. I have something in my bag. It's great because it's also very. It's got. It's great. It's great for travel as well. Very portable. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Yeah. It's a piece.
Legs can output a surprising amount of energy these days.
Right, okay, am I supposed to eat this straight,
Thank
or
you.
am I allowed to
Brother
add
Master.
toppings to it?
You can. It's a matter of preference, but you know.
Eat it as is.
Yeah.
You're supposed to eat it as is. You get the full experience that way.
Yeah, you have a bite first of it normally, and then if it's a bit too like not to your liking, you can put a bit of butter on it or something else of the sort.
By the way,
Some people make burgers with them. It's really good.
has this been the first time someone who's native to Atheris come here and joined us?
It is the driest thing you have ever had.
No, of course not.
It is odd.
I just because most of the
I mean,
new
goodness
people that
gracious, Melody and
Somehow
her brother
worse
are
than the
both
MREs.
natives. They come from old
Isn't it?
I lied entirely. I hate those. I hate those things.
No.
It's the worst thing
You see, this is why I do what I used to do back in Asia. We get a little bit of cream, or any sort of flavoring you want, and then just...
Oh,
that does help make it go down well.
cheating. That's cheating.
That's what I do. I do recommend keeping them though if you're ever doing big travels. They're really good rations. Like they stay for a while, and you know, and you know, very portable and all that. But you know, it tastes like you're eating sand.
Not consistent. Not
It does. It just tastes like sand directly into your fucking throat. And it's awful.
My brother's an insane person. He refuses to eat it.
Oh, please. I
Standard.
survived off of military rations way back in the day.
I know I attempted to eat Archon loaf, and it felt like just trying to eat a
Much worse than
fish-flavored
what you
rock.
have. I can tell you that.
No. That is a fully supported letter. I'm about a ragtag resistance. They're getting shit.
Oh, please.
Zeze.
You think us in the Immortal Flames
Quite similar now.
got
actually. Used to be
any
They've,
care from the merchants in Uldar?
Zeze.
They gave us the scraps of...
They're arguing about who has worse
whatever they
rations.
found.
I gave them Archon bread.
All right. Zeze,
Mine
what was your
worse.
position again back when you were with the Immortal Flames?
Well, I wasn't always a second lieutenant.
Wasn't always, but I said back when.
Back
when you were still,
back when
you
I
know,
left,
actively enlisted.
Yes. Back when I got promoted to the Sultan Swan, I made second lieutenant. Yes.
Yes, he was a second lieutenant. The Immortal Flames, and then, that one over there. His father was a friend of ours. Quite a skilled monk.
Okay.
It's extremely.
Did not want to
Although
cross
he
him.
wouldn't take
His fists were his most dangerous weapon.
Never unarmed that one. I was kind of envious.
But you had to watch out. He'd kick you any chance he got.
Oh, he would. He would. He kicked me quite a few times.
He kept trying to reach for my
Like a
face.
football?
He kept failing.
More like you would know it was coming because you'd see him. He'd be standing there
He
like
just
this.
stands up like this.
He would stand. He would get in the stance and everything.
Yeah.
It was like,
This is the part of my father I never got to
I
see.
know what you're going to do.
Yes, and
You have to go up to him and stand like that to see what he does.
to do, don't you fucking dare! And then suddenly just whoosh, he has launched himself at
Big
you.
fast.
Pretty much.
He only gets my
What did you
shoulder.
do that for? He'd always say, oh, I needed to test your reflexes. Make sure you weren't going to get us killed next time.
He was always using that excuse.
Yes.
quite
No, the funniest part is whenever he missed and then ended up kicking something else.
Oh, that was the
Yes.
best. When you ducked it and then he just like jammed his foot into a tree. It's wonderful.
Yes, duck it. I have to fucking sidestep.
Oh, this lovely story that does make me slightly terrified to see the guy.
When I would try to get training or anything from him, he'd just knock the gloves out of my hand and then say, "Go downstairs."
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants the same life that they had for their children. Don't take it personally. Your he wants something good for you. And if you've chosen your own path, then I'm sure he'll come to respect it eventually. Just might take a bit of convincing, just like your mother.
I mean, killing a behemoth is certainly a step on the right path.
Well, when I told him
Just
that,
know
he
if
sounded
my
both amazed
mother
and
was
shocked.
livid the moment I told her I was leaving home. No, you're going to get yourself killed! All those humans and elves and... Oh, goodness!
Humans?
Well, won't you stay here? You.
What is a
My family was a
paraphrasing.
my family was a bit like that as
Speak a
well.
lick of common.
My family is a bit like that as well. When my brother was revealed to be when my brother was revealed to be a boy, and they were gonna kick him out, I was like, "Oh, I want to go with him too." And she was like, "No, you don't want to go out there. You'll get stabbed and die in the forest.
Stabbed, eaten.
Yeah, eaten. Just stay here. Stay over here, and contribute to society. It's his job to be out there in the woods. It's your job to be over here and make sure everything is right."
Oh, I got hit with the same. Although it was
Long
mainly
story
because
short,
the calamity just
don't
happened.
take it too personally, Tova.
Mhm.
Your father just wants to keep you safe. He seems to think that means keeping you squalid away in the Nosha there in Limsa.
When I was
You're
like,
an
"I want to go
adult,
fight
you're a grown
something
man.
like you," he was like, "Go fight your girlfriend in the town. Go."
I know that those sound like
Well, in
lots
that
of
case,
ice.
maybe.
That does sound like head.
Can't think of anything more frightening than trying to court someone. I think I'd
Well,
rather
Papa
take a
Boss seems to
behemoth.
be doing a decent job of it.
Yeah, something like that. Some are better than at it than others. That much I will say.
One thing I should note: Loving Way is not a quarter.
Not a. Got it.
I
was
am
going to
thankful
ask
for
a
that
quarter
knowledge.
of what?
Different kind of love.
Like familiar?
I would hope so.
Like love of the planet type of thing.
Ah, all right. I misunderstood.
Way, are we?
I mean, unless you aggravate him, probably. Odds are good he'll probably take you hunting with him.
Cool, sounds
Would
good.
you be hunting
Sounds like a
Waden?
good fellow.
Well, I mean, he tends to. Well, I mean, he turned down Defending Way. He thought Warring Way was cooler. Which, in fairness, it is.
Yeah, I'd say it kind of flows off the tongue a lot better as well. Defending way. It is hard, defending way. I'm champion of the people, whereas I am warring way.
Plus,
I will defeat
plus he
you.
he does wield an
Oh,
axe.
evil
so,
giant
you know.
carrot monster.
Okay, yes, that makes much sense.
No idea what goes
Moon
on.
trip is going. This moon trip is going to be really.
He
very
probably would
interesting.
have a sword and shield if he was Defending
Quite.
Way, come to think
Oh,
of it.
trust me, I have a feeling it's going to be even more interesting before we get there.
When it comes to the nature of courting and love, stay
Hooray for going
the
to
seven
See
hells away from
firsthand what's
Thrilling
in the
Way.
Darlian Empire.
I demand this.
Everybody else went to Neb to get their passes for this, right?
I've got them all. Don't worry.
Okay, cool.
It does not matter.
I'm
He'll probably see you and take it as a
Once,
challenge.
forever, and always, Team Mom.
Thank you.
Neb was saying
We salute
the
you for your
Garleans in
service.
Garlemald weren't that bad, and they were just
The last
kind of pulled along.
every time I hear about Thrilling Way,
I mean,
So it
I
shouldn't
think
be
they're
bad.
trying
That
to
just
get their
brings me
lives back
pain.
together just like anybody else would in a situation like that.
I will
because
save my
every
judgment.
last thing I hear about
when I
Thrilling
get
Way
there.
is against my will.
Let me put it that way.
Is the
They
easiest
might be
thing to
putting
put
their
it.
lives together, but the Garlean Empire has torn apart.
I'll save my judgment for the
Thousands
operates
people's
for when we get there.
families and lives.
What was I thinking about? Moon.
No, mentioning Garlemald, and I guess in whatever current state that it's in. There could be somewhere else to check. Maybe there's.
I
hope not. Maybe there's another egg somewhere.
be careful not to go off the beaten path in Garlemald. After all, there are still potentially active mines or Magitech devices.
Yep.
Right.
Regardless of things, I'm still very excited to go to the moon. Right, I'm going to rub it in my brother's face because he got to say hello to a dragon before I did.
Don't you think we ought to offer? At least talk to Neb and see if maybe he can come along.
Maybe.
Bring a +1.
Yeah, I understand.
But he got to ride the
He's
dragon.
your brother after all.
But he didn't tell me about the dragon.
Right.
He also got to fall off the dragon.
That is not a thing to be happy about.
It's a good story. I wouldn't have fallen off the dragon.
This may be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If the way to the moon ever is lost or becomes complicated because of its location, think about it.
Yes.
We may not be able to return.
I'll ask him about
Only
this.
those who have already attuned to the aetherite that's there. And goodness knows whoever this mysterious individual and then the operates be up there by themselves.
I guess this is fair. I'll see if I can bring it up to him. I don't want to cut him out of it. Plus, if I'm the only one that has permission to go up there, and people back home find out, I'm suddenly going to have way more fucking work, so much work, because aetherite.
That's the beautiful thing. That is where industry comes in, and the economy, and you can start charging people more because you have a specialized capacity to fulfill their needs where no other can.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to charge them up as much as I can because the aetherite travel between there and here is going to be so fucking massive.
Oh, by the 12, I can monopolize moonfish.
I know I heard Neb
Depending on
talking
if
about the
they're
fact
useful
that
or
people
not,
are able to
yes.
fish in the ether.
Whoa. Neb's trying to train me up so I can get the fish on the moon.
Fair enough.
I should probably
To figure out what sorts of baits and how exactly one fishes on the moon in the first place.
see if he has any knowledge on
Sky fishing.
Yes, but to skyfish. sorry. You need specific kinds of bait. Just sticking a worm on a hook and throwing it into a cloud is not going to get you very far.
Yes, and fishing
Exactly.
in Aether... Oh, fishing in Aether isn't exactly going to be much easier.
Yeah, condensed enough ether that it can flow like water. Very sludgy water, but water nonetheless.
Understood. Don't fall inside of it.
You should probably ask him if he has any
condensed ether
info about
either
the
way.
minerals.
Wouldn't that theoretically supercharge us?
I wouldn't go testing that.
Depends on what culinary.
I feel that
Depends on what
there's like
culinary
a
method you can use on those fish.
If you even can.
I imagine if you could
Besides the carrots. Or safe to eat, frankly.
I imagine if you could
Honestly,
dilute
besides
the
Anything is yours to keep.
fish a bit, you could probably use it in alchemy somehow. At the very least.
Again, maybe. Depends on the property of the fish.
Hmm.
I suppose we can find this out once I start bringing them back.
Maybe you'll scare the heck out of Bella.
Do they not
Just
like
be like,
fish?
what is that? It's from the moon. Oh. God damn it.
Do they not like fish?
No, probably just the difference in how fish look on the moon versus here on Atheris.
Fair enough. I'm not looking forward to these grenades.
Yeah, as far as I remember, they were the most common threat for Waringway had to handle.
I've bumped into the bombs.
Yeah, then take stuff off.
There are grenades that can be found in certain areas of Lenosha. They might be the same thing, frankly. I'm not sure.
Maybe a common
I believe
ancestor?
You're talking about the bombs.
Possibly.
I just don't want to see how a moon version of them behave. Especially if there are rivers of, condensed ether.
Fair enough.
Maybe I'll chip away a couple pieces of moon rock and bring it back and just say, hey, I brought back some moon rock.
Just get a
do that.
just get a big chunk and then charge people money to stand on the moon.
Put it on a pedestal, charge people to stare at it.
Just get some ropes around it.
Like a little extra if they want to touch it.
I think I'm more interested in this unusual fellow that Nabothgar mentioned.
Oh?
A historian, I suppose? Didn't really describe him much.
Oh, yes.
The
Ferris.
historian, that's very interesting to me then. I wonder if he'd have any old accounts of what the world was like, or what the moon is like, or any sort of things like that. The old maps.
I think I may know
stuff like that.
who he may have been talking about, though I could not be.
They
just one guy that was on the moon?
said it
Suppose I'll
was in a
figure out.
building right next to the Aetherites?
Yes, actually, yeah, there will be a building right when you come up through the Garlemald portal. That's not the Burrows.
Somebody
So
lives there?
That's,
Besides
I
you guys?
believe, assuming that that's the one he's talking about, it may be the historian's palace, he calls it.
Yes, Neb did say that the historian was in
Alright,
that building.
Might be
see what's cool.
worth it to pay them a visit and see if maybe they need something that's needing doing, and in exchange maybe
He
give
could
them a
certainly
history
end up,
lesson.
he likely will invite you for tea, he calls it.
I will not turn that down.
Oh, moon tea.
Really?
Tea on the moon.
Yeah, he's actually really another one of Heidelin's creations, like us.
Oh.
Ah, really? Not like.
Are we gonna meet Heidelin there?
No.
No.
Let's imagine.
Sadly, you won't.
Why does she only show herself to
Heidelin wasn't
important
exactly
people?
a helicopter parent to the Burrows.
I think that's actually kind of an apt way of putting it. It's something like what you hear about people with the echo and that sort of thing.
Sorry?
Tova said, what, does she only show herself to important people, which is kind of accurate, if you really think about it.
I
For you
have
to
been
just say
since
just important
informed
people.
that most of us who have it have heard her voice possibly once or twice. Maybe more if we really listen and focus.
I think I've
apparently
actually
it's part of
heard
the
her
process.
voice. Probably I can count it on one hand.
How do you know it's not just your own voice in your head?
It's
because it
quite
sounds different.
Hmm.
Yes, and there's a.
I can hear
thing
women
she
in my
says.
head saying, "Oh, hi, Tova." Does it mean it's like
We do not
Heidelin,
need
or...
to know your fantasies, please.
Oh man! I think pretty lady in your head that calls you stud muffin.
I'm sorry.
What? No. Not stud muffin.
What even is a stud muffin?
You know, I've got a strange, godlike deity that occasionally whispers the words, "Hear, feel, think" in my head. At least that's
been
what I recall.
It has been forever since I've
Sure,
heard
you
those
two can-
words.
Yes.
Yeah.
Supposedly
Unfortunately,
this
I
is a
have heard her
message.
voice more recently.
Something the Bays all do, truthfully, whether you're blessed with the echo or not.
Can't say I've heard anything.
I.
You know, unless you count the whispers from the not so nice primal.
I
It's a bit of a different situation.
I did not like that. That's...
I've tried to think about it since I was.
Yeah, those suck.
It was explained. I think Miss Sarai has something she says that's like a play on it. She said it was something else that was said to her. She never really said who. But she was asked or told or informed. I wish to hear your words and feel your... What was it? To hear your thoughts. Feel your voice or feel something. I don't quite remember. And know your thoughts. Something like that. Can't quite remember now. Said it was said to her by a friend.
I feel like they're good tenets to sort of exist by.
Truthfully.
To always keep an open mind.
Yeah. I would say I have heard the voice of Heidelin more recently, but that's unfortunately an effect of it when I was almost tempered. Hearing the voice of what is essentially my mother, and the will of the star telling me to give in to the red was disquieting, to say the least.
So this primal takes on the voice of who you wish to hear?
Or who I care, or who you care about, perhaps.
I mostly heard my own voice trying to convince me that it was a good idea to collect those medallions. There would be scientific finds with it, things important. Bring it home.
Perhaps it's the voice of someone you trust.
Yeah, that would make sense.
First finding out that it's possibly a red chocobo, and now this. Truly, my day is going fantastic.
About that.
Please no.
I will not.
First day I came here, well, first couple weeks, I got stood on by a giant golem thing.
Yes, and
I thought I was being crushed.
You were
Seeing
here,
those.
you had apparently been tricked into drinking a Fantasia.
Oh, well, Oh, no, I don't want to tell them that story.
Oh no. What did he turn into?
I do not want to tell that story. Don't.
That's not so bad.
It could have been far worse.
Oh, it was
Thankfully,
disgusting.
the effects of a
He could have gotten turned into like, I don't know, an Ellison woman or something. That would have been real awkward, now wouldn't it?
That'd have been cool.
it turned into a what?
That's incredibly specific.
Lose
Did you just
yourself
say-
on the way to the Golden Saucer and end up in Corfus.
No.
What did you just
First,
say? Could have turned into a what?
I said he could have turned into an Ellison woman.
I'll have you know that Ellison women are
would've been
quite
funny.
beautiful.
I would have been
Okay,
beautiful.
yes, I meant, but imagine this fucker turning into
I-
one after being tricked into drinking a Fantasia.
So,
Imagine it.
I'll have you know there are plenty of people who decide to drink a Fantasia and become a woman or a man because they choose to.
Okay,
I
but that,
do
that-
feel.
No need to be judgmental.
I'm not being judgmental. Just him turning into one would be kind of funny.
I would kiss
Instead
the
of just
shit
like
out
you're-
of you.
Yes. There you have it.
The reason I took a
God
Fantasia
damn it.
was because I stole a map from a bunch of poachers in Gridania, and they were kind of on my ass, so I was panicking, and I was like, help. I need
10
a way
minutes till
to
hard end.
have them stop chasing me. I also thought I broke the law, but I apparently hadn't, because it was just poachers causing issues.
They're poachers, fuck
And
them.
I saved a chocobo in the process.
Yeah.
I suppose that's good.
I got here,
Image.
and I was pretending to be someone else. That was my first trip out. Then I went to the Gold Saucer. Again.
I suppose
This
the
time with
first
one.
adventures wasn't too bad.
I do not know what effect a Fantasia would have on me.
I mean, it would. I mean, it would probably just
No way of knowing.
turn you into whatever you think of. How do they work? I don't know. I've only heard tales.
I
Would that mean
was
that if you
explained once.
wanted to, you
Though
could turn into a
I don't
llama?
know. I don't know if it works on your kind. Truth be told.
No offense,
Yeah.
but I'd rather not be that short.
Hey.
Listen, I am used to
Nothing
being.
wrong
It's
with
not
having a
that
personal
bad.
preference for being tall.
I'm not,
Zeze,
I'm not saying
mind
that it's
you,
bad.
I still have to
just
look
wouldn't
up at
be
you.
used
I-
to it.
How is that possible? Your head is
I like being
humongous.
tall.
I would complain about being short, but I'm
Anyway,
among people here.
so
I'm
it was explained
not as short.
that you drink it before going to sleep. Lay down, go to bed. Before you go to bed, you clearly envision in your mind what shape you wish to take.
Oh, that's
and
where
when you
I went
awake,
wrong.
Actually, that does raise a number of questions about you.
What?
Another time, though.
It is
Either
getting
way,
late.
you clearly envision the shape you wish to take. When you wake up, you should be changed. Though they apparently do also suggest that you remove clothing before, just in case.
Oh, I could imagine how that could cause problems if you wanted
Maybe
to.
someone as small as
Oh, yes, you don't want to.
Zay, and then
do
suddenly
it.
become someone as tall as Eclipse.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. Zay, we gotta do something later.
You have to do a little bit
I,
of
no,
preparation.
I'm not doing that again.
Again?
Listen, considering that,
What did I
considering
miss?
like, considering that
Oh, this
Luluma
is,
willingly took Fantasia, I wouldn't be surprised if she finds a way to get more and finds a way to poison us if we end up pissing her off. So.
This happened far before I met
See,
you.
that's the thing about the Fantasias. So long as before you fall asleep, you envision the shape you wish to be clearly, you're fine. I mean, somebody
you just don't
poisons me
think
with a
it's
Fantasia. All I
parents?
have to do is just envision myself as I am if I wish to stay the same.
Thing is, would you
Goodness
even be
knows.
aware does Fantasia have a taste?
I wouldn't know. I've
Not
never tried it.
particularly.
I don't know.
Something like
She'd
that would
probably
kinda
find a
taste
way
like
to
shit.
keep us in her mind.
It did taste like shit.
Apparently
It was
it's mixed
awful.
with the
It was
essence of a
bitter.
bunch of other people in it, so it's kind of questionable
What?
as to what it might taste like.
What?
Yeah, I don't question it.
If
You
If
mean
I-
how many people
I
drink
mean,
that shit like every
I don't
other
know.
like week or something? They're
There is
addicted
someone
to
who
it?
I met who was addicted to it. The shape changing. They would drink
When I
it.
had it didn't taste
They would
like
drink
much.
one, go take a nap, wake back
little
up,
bitter.
be a different shape. Later, take another one,
I
go
can't
lay
exactly
down,
imagine you my height.
take a nap,
That-
wake
that-
back
that
up, be
has
another
to-
shape.
That has to cause some
it
kind of
was
lasting
an
damage to your body,
experience.
right? There's no way.
I don't know.
Or your psyche.
I had to get used to fighting.
I
Again.
hear they're not easy to come by. Is
And
the thing.
always.
I've never looked. Truth be told, I've
And
quite
I'll be
happy with
honest,
myself as I am.
I much prefer myself at this.
It's very tempting because I would make myself a couple of feet taller. I'm kind of got bullied when we were back home for being so short. Yep.
This brings up a lot of quandaries regarding
I
my
keep
tiny
fucking losing my
actions.
accent. I like my
Not
I like
against
my
the
ears.
People of a Ferris.
Felt quite lucky.
We're tall anyways.
Ears from the Golden Saucer.
They're not bunny ears.
Yes, get the headband. There you go.
Not a rabbit.
Vieira ears. I've learned a lot being around Astor. You don't say bunny.
Thank you for not doing a racism. You're truly the best out of all of them.
On accident. I'm so sorry.
You're like my brother.
That
Oh?
Oh yeah. Whenever he's around Lullafil, he starts talking about how tall people are. I don't know why. He just does it.
Sorry,
Oh, he's going to
My
love
brother,
you
Mock. Have you never noticed that?
No, he does.
Yeah. He's probably going to start talking about how tall people are when you're around.
I imagine so. Wouldn't be the first time.
I don't think I'm
At least I
like
can take solace in the fact that my clothes would probably still fit if I were turned into a Lalafell.
I'm like 100% sure he doesn't do it on purpose. He's just sort of stream of consciousness sort of talking.
To be fair, when they were talking to Neb, I was sitting there like, oh my god, they're so much bigger than him. And I wanted to bring it up to see if Neb would be offended.
You are exactly like my
don't
brother.
think so, because he's not a child.
I'm not sure if that's the right phrase you would have used, but alright.
Take these
Yes,
off.
please never use the term bigger.
You're taller?
Sorry.
Yes.
That makes more sense.
You're
Very
perfect the
important
way you
distinction.
are. Tall as hell.
Ryder, I've been around this place long enough to pick up the antics of
Mhm.
Ryder and know
It's-
the phrase of.
It's the three things you never want to ask a woman. You never want to ask how much she makes, how much she weighs, or how old she is.
Oops. You've done all three, haven't you?
Oh, he's most certainly done all three.
What are we doing?
I think we're just talking about racism at this point. Racism and sexism. I was complimenting Tova because he didn't call my ears rabbit ears. And then he said he does that a
I
lot.
remember when I first arrived in Gridania several years ago now. I was immediately stopped by the guard because they thought I was incredibly suspicious because they had never seen someone with ears like mine.
Hmm.
I can only imagine
Told me
if
I must
small
be some
children,
sort of troublemaker.
I can only imagine if younger children looked up at you and saw you and were like, "Oh."
There were a number, yes.
We-
I got quite a
Wood
few
whalers are certainly
requests
something
to
else.
touch my ears, which, children asking if they were real and if I was a rabbit, and I would have to tell them, no, I'm not a rabbit, though my ears do resemble those of a rabbit's. I am not one.
When we
If they were
first,
being cute enough and sweet and not being rude little shits, though, I'd often let them touch, as long as they were gentle.
we had that.
I get it. You step into a new land. I mean, truth be told, I had never seen someone with ears like yours before. I thought they were quite unusual.
We had this.
Someone quite my size.
I had never met another woman who was taller than me like that. She's a whole head taller than me.
We when we left home, we had a.
Heels.
That is fair.
Damn.
When
That is impressive.
when me and Mark left home, we had a very similar experience to you. When we eventually made it up to Doma proper, and we went to a village, and the people thought we were spirits at first for like a moment.
Alright, that is hard end. I hope you all enjoyed and have a good night.
Have a good night,
I'm gonna
Tova.
figure out this darkness thing, inner darkness, whatever.
Something or other.
Well, have a good night.
Good night, Victor.
Have a good one.
Suppose we retiring for the night then?
Yeah.
I
Time
think
is
I
starting to get to me too.
Good wine makes me feel nice and bubbly.
Yeah. Don't feel you need to leave for Mayor Leventorum tomorrow. Take your time.
Well, goodness knows it's going to take us time to get to Garlemald. We'll have to travel up through Alamigo first, more than likely, and then take the pass up north.
I would
Well,
pass that.
at the very least, you don't have to worry about the trip back.
And that we could be said for. Though I imagine a good portion of the funds allotted to us as a payment will likely end up going towards travel costs. Not that it's a bad thing. Once in a lifetime opportunity to travel to the moon, I dare say, is well worth any sort of
And
As
loss.
also
I
get a
said-
permanent pass up there.
As I said already, the carrots are the only thing carrots and information are the only thing I truly need. Anything
my
else
bag.
you find or experience is yours to keep.
I'll take my chair back.
Or, I guess, obtain, because even if I have been banished, I don't exactly want you to steal from the burrows.
No, we shan't be stealing. If anything, we will have to barter. Leave those there for now.
Or do odd jobs, what have you.
Yes, I wouldn't feel comfortable stealing from the children of Heidelin herself.
I hope not.
Hmm.
Probably, especially if one of the other children put you up to it.
Well, you'd be living up to your name then, I suppose.
I prefer not to be.
Understandable.
This name
I
is
mean,
one
I
of
don't-
punishment
Ah, I see.
rather than actually desired name.
I will ask that we do not go to Garlemald for at least a few days. At least I would like to rest after just getting.
Oh, I should ask. Are we headed? Are we headed to Ishgard, or where are we going?
I was going to go to Camp Dragonhead, personally. I'm not sure where you're going.
I only care about a bed.
I don't know.
I mean, they have
There
a.
are plenty of beds up here.
They have beds here. They have a.
That's the infirmary.
A proper tavern in Ishgard.
Well, people haven't exactly
Technically
they sleep in there.
But they converted into an infirmary in an emergency situation.
Sure, but it's still.
Well, they haven't stopped me yet. Plus, I've been sleeping in the same bed and they haven't exactly been complaining.
Well, it's possibly just because they know you.
And off we are.
Let's go.
Mm.
And Camp Dragonhead it is.
Or perhaps Ishgard proper. It's not too much farther out.
Yes.
I'd rather take the actual Ifrit if we were going to Ishgard proper.
Hmm. And the walk's scenic.
Look at it, but I don't exactly have the best of legs.
You have no right to complain.
Yes, I do.
Worst case,
Well,
worst case, I can just.
maybe a little bit.
Worst case, if anyone gets tired, I can just give them a piggyback. I'm sure it will go well.
I don't think.
Yeah, Eclipse, take her up on her offer.
We're going to Camp Dragonhead.
Fair enough.
Awfully quiet, you lot.
Maybe
Mm.
we're just tired. Just,
Fair enough.
Processing everything.
Fair enough.
Hmm.
Got a lot to catch up on.
The greatest thing is that I haven't even been told what that rift is apparently yet.
Oh yeah, I was going to say during our conversation this
Awful place. Shouldn't go there. It sucks. You'll get stabbed. Run through by an awful bitch.
They bring through strange dragons have come through wielding giant axes. It's very weird.
It is quite.
It's pretty bad. Makes it feel like the world's dropping out from underneath you.
A little bit.
I just hate feeling
Battle Royale.